Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Chat. It's the show that's so logical it makes Mr. Spock look completely out of control. How you doing, everybody? Along with Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Hope you're having a great afternoon. We have plenty to get to today. A lot of discussion about the Edmonton Elks and what appears to be a change at quarterback. Of course, we've been talking about that for the last couple of days. And the team, nobody with the team wants to announce anything, but everything that is... I guess visibly available would suggest that Cody Fajardo is going to play Friday on the road against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's a 7 o'clock game. Our coverage will commence at 6 o'clock on Friday with the Green and Gold kickoff show with Mr. Milne, with Matthew Awanek, and then they're on after the game as well for the Green and Gold post-game show. Duane Forde, longtime CFL player, now a broadcaster from TSN. He's going to join us this afternoon. Also, well, we're going to do it. We're going to pander to the Riders fans in this part of the world.
We are.
Sam Emilus, who really good receiver for the Roughriders, is going to be on the show at about 3:40. We'll have a fun Oilers topic going as well. And who knows what else we are going to get into. You can reach us, 780-218-9999. That's the text line, the good old afternoon inbox for River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. And also, if you're taking us in using YouTube, you can chat with us, more importantly, with each other in what we call the Nasty Chat on our YouTube stream. And if you are going in there, hit the thumbs up button, give us a like. We're trying to get to at least 100 thumbs up every day. Zachary Kubish is here as well. You'll hear from him a little bit later on. Mr. Milne, how are you?
Great, Reid. I am great.
So you took a bit of a field trip today.
I did. I took a little bbit of a detour on the way in, stopped in at Commonwealth Stadium.
Good.
Checked out the Double E practice. I specifically got there quite early. They were to be on field at 10:35. I was there at 10:15.
Because if there's anybody who would know how a practice works and when you want to be there to see certain stuff, it'd be you, having played university football.
There's a walkthrough
still be
period.
Involved in football.
There's
Yes.
a walkthrough period that happens mostly with the offense. So I wanted to see, how is that looking? Who is behind center for most of the walkthrough snaps? And Reid, I did say this yesterday. I said, don't worry, Reid. I'm going to practice tomorrow.
Right.
I'll figure out who's going to be the starting quarterback.
Right.
And I must say, now, I will preface it by saying, yes, they have been trading snaps all week.
Okay.
They being Trey Forde and Cody Fajardo. But today's a pretty big day. Tomorrow's walkthrough, and then you're on a plane to Regina. So this is a big day in terms of offense, play calling, game plan, etc. And if I had to say right now who I thought would be named the starting quarterback for the Elks tomorrow, I would, let's put it this way. If I could send this over to Play Alberta and say, hey, let's get a play on this. What's the over-under? I would take the over on Cody Fajardo being named the starting quarterback tomorrow.
Okay.
By this organization. He took the majority of the snaps with the first team. He took the majority of the snaps in the pre-practice walkthrough. I would be shocked, to say the least, to not see Cody Fajardo starting Friday night.
All right. And then you hung around and participated in the post-practice scrums.
Yes.
And here's some of your work with head coach Mark Killam.
Coach, it's clear to see Cody Fajardo was taking the bulk of the snaps with the first team. Is there going to be a quarterback change for the Elks heading into this?
Just going to have to wait and see. I mean, Trey's had the majority of the reps for the entire year, so we thought if we do want to make it, we'd give him a few more. But those guys split reps all week. We haven't made the decision yet.
Okay. So that was an interesting answer to me. Now, we were also lucky enough to have Cody Fajardo on the show on Monday and then Mark Killam yesterday afternoon. So between the Killam interview yesterday afternoon and the question you asked him, there was one full practice.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of gave us the same answer, except, well, in that they haven't made a decision yet. But I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Well, Trey has been taking all the snaps all season, so let's give the other guy a chance to take some. But it doesn't mean he's playing. That doesn't logically connect to me.
Look, I think they're just trying to keep this, and we talked about this yesterday. There is a gamesmanship aspect to this.
Mm-hmm.
There is a game planning aspect on behalf of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Who are they game planning for? Now, I said it right from the start of the week as soon as we heard that they were splitting reps. I said, well, the second you're splitting reps with somebody means that the new guy's getting a shot.
Right.
Because otherwise, why would you even be doing that? So I don't know that this will be a surprise or a shock to anybody. Well, to be honest, I put out a poll on Twitter this morning. Let's see where it's at right now, because I was surprised. I put out a poll that said who will start at quarterback Friday for the Elks in Regina.
Right.
You know what it's at right now? There's been 664 votes.
Oh, good. 665. I just voted.
Cody Fajardo is at 52% of the vote.
Yes.
52.1 to be precise. Trey Forde's at 47.9% of the vote. That is surprising to me. That is surprising. I would like to talk to those 328 people.
Right.
And say, why do you think it's still Trey Forde getting the ball? What do you see that he's done that would suggest to you that he should get the ball?
Okay, I'll answer for those people best I can.
Please.
Perfect quarterback rating against the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Okay. Did they stretch the ball downfield that game?
No.
Right. Did they I mean, on that one drive that they scored the second touchdown to go up 14-0, the pass he had for a touchdown was a 1-yard pitch.
Yeah, and Gittins ran it in,
Gittins.
Right? Yes.
It wasn't a dynamic game for Trey Forde, albeit, sure, he had a perfect passer efficiency rating, but they threw the ball 17 times. He completed 15 of them. Okay, great. That's awesome. You're not going to win that many games throwing the ball and attempting to throw the ball 17 times in the CFL.
Right.
You need to double that number to be in lockstep with most of the other teams in the CFL. I think having Cody Fajardo behind center gives you that opportunity. Gives you that opportunity to push the ball down the field. Not dink and dunk, 5-yard out, 7-yard passes when you need 10 yards to get a first down. You know what I mean? And here's the truth. I mean, this will be a third of the way through the season once this game's completed.
Yeah, if you're 1-5, you're on pace for a 3-15 year.
That's just not good enough.
No.
That's not good enough.
Well, I'm just saying, that's math, Gager. Multiply by 3.
So I thought this vote would be a lot more distant in terms of Cody Fajardo leading.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people who are still excited by Forde and want to see him get as many chances as possible. And I think the fear is that once Forde comes out, he never starts again. But that doesn't have to be the case. That doesn't have to be the case. I mean, we've seen this all the time. Like, pick a position. I mean, goaltending in hockey doesn't mean you lose your job forever if you get replaced for a game or a few games. But I think, and look, to the person who's upset at me in the nasty chat, how can the Ottawa game trump the BC game where he was so awful? That's not what I said. Jay said, I said to Jay, I'll throw out an argument that maybe the Forde supporters are using. I've been saying the last couple of days, I think it's time to give Fajardo a game, a start.
You need to.
I don't think have Forde on a short leash. I don't think put Fajardo in once it's 14-0. I think put Fajardo in from the start of the game and see what kind of ripple effect that has. Can you move the ball? Can you take time off the clock? Can you tire down the Riders' defense? Can that maybe help your defense? Can that maybe put some pressure on the Riders to score? As opposed to, like, BC never had pressure to do anything for most of that game a couple of weeks ago. So here's my other question to you, though. Why do you think the Elks aren't explicitly naming the starting quarterback? When all the information, all the visual information, and even what Killam said, how he put it, leads us to believe that it's Fajardo. Why are they not making that announcement till presumably when the depth chart comes out tomorrow?
Smoke screen. Gamesmanship. I mean, there is the reality of Saskatchewan having to essentially game plan for potentially 2 quarterbacks this week. That eats up a lot more of your film room time. That eats a lot more of your one-on-one time, your defensive scheming.
Okay.
Because they're 2 different quarterbacks.
But it's the same plays, though. It'd be the same playbook.
It's a different approach to how you will rush the quarterback. I mean, with Cody Fajardo, and don't forget, Cody Fajardo can still run.
Right.
Cody Fajardo set a record in the NCAA at Nevada for rushing and passing.
Right.
Only to be passed by Colin Kaepernick. He can run the ball. But Trey Forde's one of those guys that'll just get out of the pocket and pressure you on the edges. So there is a gamesmanship, and I would say that's the reason why they're still have not announced that. And that's the only reason.
All right. We're going to talk more about this throughout the course of the afternoon because this is interesting. Again, here's the Q&A today.
Coach, it's clear to see Cody Fajardo was taking the bulk of the snaps with the first team. Is there going to be a quarterback change for the Elks heading into this?
Just going to have to wait and see. I mean, Trey's had the majority of the reps for the entire year, so we thought if we do want to make it, we'd give him a few more. But those guys split reps all week. We haven't made the decision yet.
If we do want to make a change, we want to make sure Cody has had a few more reps. Well, leads me to believe you're making a change.
Yeah,
and you're doing it from the start of the game.
Tango says, I would stick with Forde if he is going to be your guy. He needs to figure it out.
But at what point?
Not in a game anymore.
And here's the thing, everybody, and I kind of hate to say this because I want Trey Forde to succeed.
Everybody does.
I want the team to be. I say this all the time. When you're covering sports in a city, and a city as large as Edmonton, that has a lot of different teams. I mean, one team's the king. A couple other teams are pretty big, and there's some other teams we talk about, from time to time. But I want all Edmonton sports teams and athletes to do well.
Of course. But
not in a fanboy sort of way. So
I want it selfishly.
Right.
So we have a lot more to talk about.
Right. I want people watching to be happy. So when I say I want Forde to succeed, that's because he plays for an Edmonton team. He was drafted here. He went through some, crap with Tris Jones and playing behind Cornelius and all that kind of stuff. But at what point, though, might you have to recognize maybe he's not the guy? I mean, I also have to tell you what I see. And unfortunately, Forde against some very good teams has not looked like he could be the guy. Now, I get it. Quarterbacks need time to grow. I get that. Anybody needs time to grow. But there are also certain things that you can see from a player, even if he's on the losing side, that might indicate to you, oh, okay, that's the guy. I'll use a couple of examples, and maybe people are going to say, well, Reid, that's not fair because they're Canadian Hall of Fame caliber quarterbacks. Well, but that helps your team if you have a quarterback that good. We knew Ricky Ray was the guy the first time he started against the BC Lions when Moss was out. I think he'd done some mop-up duty, and then Moss got hurt, and he played against the BC Lions and led them down the field and threw 4 touchdowns in his first start. Okay?
Yeah.
Mike Riley's first season with the Elks, they didn't win a lot of games, but you sort of got the sense he was the guy. They scored points. He made spectacular plays. He made errors, yes. And I believe they were 4-14 the first year as a starter. I think Nichols was still there too. But then, the next year they're 12-6, and then the next year they're 14-4, and they win the Grey Cup. And then in 2017, or was it 16 or 17, he's the most outstanding player. Like, you saw it, you saw it coming more than I think with Forde, because I think with Forde we continue to see good defenses are defenses that he does not succeed against. He can light up some poor defenses, and he can light up any defense using his legs. But somebody in the Nasty Chat put it yesterday. He has the intangibles, but not the tangibles. So that would be my counter to anybody who is saying we have to stick with Forde and find out if he's the guy. Well, okay, how many chances do you get for that? What does the record have to be until the coach or the GM or the offensive coordinator says, "Hey, like, he's not the guy. I can't." Like, what do they need to be? 1-8, 1-11, 1-14, 2-9 next year? I mean, at what point do you say, "Oh crap, he's not the guy"? And I know that's harsh, everybody. I know that's harsh, but it's pro sports, and there can only be one quarterback on the field. This isn't, well, he was our number 2 receiver, now he's going to be our number 4. It's tough. But did he look like the guy in either game against BC this year? Did he look like the guy against the Montreal Alouettes? He looked like the guy against Ottawa, and he looked like a partial guy against Winnipeg.
Can I also add to that and say, just because he's not the guy right now doesn't mean he can't become the guy. Doesn't mean he can still get
But
there.
that's what I'm saying, though. Eventually, I think you might have to say, we don't even think he can become the guy.
Well, that's to be determined. But it's not exactly the worst situation for Trey to sit and watch a professional starting quarterback in the CFL go out and take the field.
Well, he's never had a quarterback as good as Fajardo as a teammate.
No.
So that's fair. But I think when the season ends in 3 or 4 months, we're going to be having the conversation, do the Elks bring him back? Possibly.
And I actually wonder this, Reid. I am, assuming that Cody Fajardo's the starter, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just assume that for this topic's sake. I want to see that offense now, okay? Because if we come out and you and I are watching that game Friday night, and we see a much more dynamic playbook, well, guess what? That doesn't bode well for Trey Forde.
Right.
Because that means that he's not capable and trusted enough to run said offense.
Or just doesn't execute it well enough.
Or not able to execute.
Right.
Okay? So that's something to watch. If you see a much expanded, where was this when Trey was in? Well, I got news for you. There's a reason it's there now.
Yeah, and Tango makes a great point. What happens if Fajardo stumbles on Friday? Then you have a real problem, and that's true.
That's accurate. Yes.
And then maybe you might wonder about the play calling or just the caliber of the talent on offense. Like somebody wrote in a couple of days ago and said, "Well, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you basically have none." Mm-hmm. But I said, "Well, the Elks don't have 2 quarterbacks. They don't have 2 guys that quarterback A plays well, starts the next game, plays bad." Quarterback B finishes, starts the next game, plays good, starts the next game, plays bad. Like they haven't gone back and forth. It's really just been Forde, except for a little bit of mop-up time. So really, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if Fajardo goes out there and the offense looks the same, then maybe it's like, we don't really have a quarterback.
That would be problematic.
That would be hugely problematic.
Mm-hmm. But, you know me, Reid, I'm a little bit of an optimist.
Well,
if Cody Fajardo is the starter and he goes out and that playbook is expanded significantly, I think, that's going to bode well for this team. That's going to help this offense. That's going to help them in the area they need help most is sustaining drives.
Yeah.
And converting on second down, which in turn will take a lot of pressure off the defense.
Right.
Which will also help them execute.
Right.
That's why it's such a cyclical, what did I say? It's like a carousel.
It's like a carousel, like an ongoing carousel of eternity.
Up and down, round and round.
We're going to keep talking about this. Sam Emilus, Roughriders receiver, is going to be on the show. Duane Forde from TSN will give his opinions too. Remember, if you're in the on the YouTube stream, give us a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
If you're on the audio streams, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, we thank you. Share the show link. Share with other people ways to check out the program. I was at the optometrist today.
Oh, how'd it go? I didn't ask you about that.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll save that for after the break. I'll save that for after the break because it's a little bit of an eyeball update plus a growing EST type of update. Our off-topic topic is a fun one today. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536, presenting the off-topic topic. So we are moving offices.
We are.
We got a lot of crap to do.
Lots of crap.
Matthew Iwanek is doing a great job taking leadership and doing a lot of it himself. You and I actually feel a little guilty because we feel, well, what do we need to be doing? So I enlisted a couple of helpers today.
You did.
My parents came and packed. How many boxes did they pack? 8? And it was just of just stuff. Like they just packed stuff. And honestly, like when they were leaving, my mom's like, well, we didn't really do much. Well, you know, they were here, what, 2.5 hours? I said, you did a lot.
They did a lot.
Because those are things like they did little, you know, like almost annoying little things or
little tasks.
Little tasks. And they packed some stuff up. And they had never been to this office. And they also got to see the new office. So I was really proud that they got to see that. So our off-topic topic, though, is would you bring your parents to your workplace and what would they do once they're there? Like, would they just take them on? Would you just take them on the tour? Could they hang out with you for the afternoon? Would they go get lunch for everybody? Would maybe they help with something? Would you bring your parents to your workplace? And if so, how would they spend their time? My parents came today. They packed a little bit. Talk to you guys.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
My mom threatened Austin Matthews, even though he's not here.
Right. That's why she's carrying those scissors like that.
She had those scissors ready to go.
I would bring my parents to the office.
Right.
My mom, I know it. She would immediately grab a cloth and start dusting and cleaning. She just would. My dad would probably wander off and start looking into, hey, where's the electrical panel?
It's behind that door. Well,
right.
He would not keep packing?
No, he would be checking out the electrical. He'd be checking out the lighting. He'd be checking out the plugs, the switches. He's a master electrician by trade.
That's awesome. Okay.
So he's enamored with electricity.
Okay.
Let's just say. He'd be all over that the electrical box.
So that's our off topic. This is one of those, and you guys know this. Sometimes we don't get a ton of response. But the responses we do get are gold. And sometimes we get a lot. Sometimes we get a lot and they're not any good. And sometimes we get a lot and they're gold. I don't know if this one will get a lot, but we might get a couple that are gold.
Yeah.
Or maybe we will get because this is also one where people can speculate too. Would you bring your parents to your workplace and what would they do? You know, maybe you'd bring your parents to your workplace and there's an office dog and your mom would just spend the whole hour. Like if we had an office dog here, that's what mom would have spent her time doing, just interacting with the office dog.
Petting the dog.
Just petting the dog.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, but I'm very thankful to my parents for doing a little bit today. Well, a lot, I think.
They did a great job.
They did a great job. Yes, and apparently they got a noise complaint.
Where?
Well, you weren't here when that happened. I'll tell you during the commercial.
Okay.
So I guess I'll give a quick eyeball update and EST update.
Yes.
When we get back, and people can write in about the off-topic topic. And Sam Emilus, really good receiver for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, is going to join us in about 15 minutes. Here's the Coop.
The Elks injury report sees Devondrick Bynum out of Friday's game against the Riders with a chest injury. He didn't practice this morning. And Royce Mathieu also out with an ankle injury, while Jake Cereza was a full participant available for the game Friday. Head coach Mark Hillam also mentioned that the team has yet to pick a starter. In baseball, Toronto and New York close out their 3-game series. Toronto taking Game 1. Yankees winning 5-4 in Game 2 with Chris Bassett getting the ball for Toronto. First pitch at 5:07. And right now there's 4 games live. The Cardinals down 5-0 to the Rockies in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Astros over the D-backs in the top of the 7th, while the Mariners trail 7-2 to the Brewers in the top of the 7th inning. Meanwhile, the Riverhawks are on the road in Wenatchee playing Game 2 against the Apple Sox. Tune into the action on any of EST's audio streams. Coverage starts at 7:35. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or give them a call at 780-467-5014. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
Two guys and a goalie.
I think for McDavid, I have to go with Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Wow. Okay.
Marvel character, runs extremely fast, can knock you out, can hit you when you least expect it, or hurt you when you least expect it because you don't know he's coming, even though I guess teams know. But yeah, I had to do something speed related.
Okay.
So I'm going to do Quicksilver.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Tonight on Will It Store, 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins. We are in the Banquet Studio. Craving a late night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. till close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet, get real, play hard. I got to say, so I ran into Pat last night from Brewhouse The Banquet, and they have ribeye as well. They're all at Taste of Edmonton. I can't remember.
Ribeye's there too?
Yeah, ribeye's there as well. So the mushroom caps I said were good. Last night I had the bacon wrapped jalapeno. I think they were ribeye, very good. And then I think it's the Brewhouse has the gyoza. Oh my God.
Really?
Delicious. One of the best dishes I've had at Taste of Edmonton this year so far. Yeah. And I've been 5 times. So
gyoza, that's like a dumpling?
They're like pot stickers. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They were delicious.
Really?
They were absolutely delicious. So there's another recommend from me. Well, really anything from the Banquet or the Brewhouse or ribeye would be good. I haven't had a chance to have everything from them yet, but the mushroom caps are good. I mean, they have those steak bites. They're good. Now there's pita in the sesame sauce, so I got to stay away from the sauce. But the if I had to only pick one, which thankfully I didn't, but if I had to only pick one, I would go with the gyoza. Absolutely delicious. Love Taste of Edmonton.
You do. I don't know if I know anybody that loves it more than you.
Well, I do. My parents.
But it's fun.
That's part of the reason we just keep going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're not far from there, and it's a nice little outing, and you get to walk around as well. So it's pretty good. So this morning,
sorry, I'm just going to say, Elks injury report just came out after practice. Serezna was a full participant. I tweeted that out earlier. He is available. And David Beer is obviously not even listed on it anymore. Royce Metier is still on the one game. But that's good news that Jake Serezna is looking like he will be at his defensive lineman position tomorrow or Friday night.
Good. Okay.
They need all the help they can get.
So I won't spend a lot of time on this because I told the whole story after the surgery. But it was, and if you're new to the show, I had retinal detachment surgery on April 29th, 12 weeks ago yesterday. It's a long process, longer than I thought it would be. So after 12 weeks, you have the go-ahead to go get an eye exam to get new glasses. Long story short, the left eye was the one that needed the surgery. The shape of the eye changes because of the surgery. Yeah. So this lens in my glasses is no longer strong enough. But you can't go 2 weeks after the surgery because it still changes and kind of has to settle. So anyway, I have a new optometrist because my other optometrist is semi-retired. And I've been seeing him since I was probably in my early 20s or late teens. He's in his 70s now. So I saw a new optometrist today, Dr. Ellis, and she's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, "Well, I'm a talk show host." And she's like, "Well, you seem too dumb to be a talk show host." And I was like, "No, intelligence is not enough." She's like, "Oh, where?" And I was wearing my shirt, and I said, "Oh, Edmonton Sports Talk." And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't really follow sports, but I should tell my husband about your show."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, we would love that." And then she goes, "Yeah, my husband is friends with Matt Cassian." And I said, "I'm going to guess your husband already knows about Edmonton Sports Talk." Because Matt's on the show. But I was getting the word out. I still explained to her the apps and how to get it on YouTube and things like that. So anyway, my glasses should be coming in about, I didn't even tell you this off air. My glasses should be here in about 3 weeks. Certainly my distance vision is going to improve. And I have been driving. I think people know I didn't drive for a while. I have been driving, but distances, it's not crisp. And when she was doing the eye exam today and she covered my right eye, and it was just my left eye, and she's like, what letters do you see? And I was like, none.
Really?
They were just grayed out with this lens.
Due to the lens.
Due to the lens. So that'll improve. But I've been saying to you, I can read, but you know how sometimes I'm kind of like, or I just got to be
need a break,
or I just need a break. And I've been saying to Jay and other people, it's not blurry per se, but it's sort of wavy or warped. And I described that to her. And I guess the good thing about all this is when I've told, my surgeon and now today my optometrist about the process, they've said everything's normal.
Okay, good.
And she goes, "I know what you mean. That's normal." She goes, your brain is still adjusting to the retina detaching and being reattached.
Oh, weird.
So she said sometimes this waviness can take a year to go away before your brain kind of is adjusting and maybe blocks it out. The unfortunate part was she said that may never go away. You just may kind of have this sort of blotchy, like little bit of wavy blotchiness when you're reading and stuff. So I hope I don't. And I think the lenses will.
What if you cover your left eye?
It's too weird. Good? It's too weird to just sit here like this the entire time. But this I can see almost perfectly.
Really? Okay.
I mean, you need both of them to work together.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, here's to some new lenses. Or a new lens.
Yeah, it's just a long process. And as you know, I've been quite impatient
and
childish about it. Well, I have.
You really haven't.
I think I have been.
For somebody without eyesight, without their car, as a 52-year-old man,
again,
that's a pain.
I'm only 51, by the way.
A 58-year-old man, that's a pain.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, but the good thing is, it is good to hear from a doctor that it's normal, even if you're experiencing things that you don't like. But I got the eye exam, so I'm going to keep these frames. My right eye is pretty good. She's going to adjust the reading prescription, so that should crisp things up for me. Like even if I'm looking at this screen now, it's sort of like I can read it, but then every once in a while there's like a blotch where all of a sudden something will almost disappear. So that's the quick eyeball. I guess I haven't talked about my eyeball too much. It was all I talked about when it first happened because it was all I could think about.
Well, it was quite a story.
Well, and I was patched up for
Yeah.
a couple days. So,
Pirate Jay made an appearance.
Pirate Jay was here,
support.
which was pretty cool.
Back to this poll I put up. William Mike Spears says, "Hey, Jay, you asked who will start, not who should start. That might explain the results." And I said, "I understand, but I still expected a wider variance." He responded to, "People are just used to Elks coaches making the wrong decisions." So,
well, or the stubborn, just like there was an intense. You and I weren't working together at the time, but there was an intense amount of stubbornness with Cornelius and McAdoo as the offensive coordinator.
yes. Now, if they do make the switch to Fajardo, which like I've said, I'm quite sure it is. I give a tick in the box for Mark Killam.
I agree,
because this could have kept on.
Yeah,
and as a young first-time head coach, to have the wherewithal to say, "Nope, I'm putting my foot down, and this is going to change right now, not on my watch."
Right.
That takes because there's a handful of people that still think Trey Forde should be the starter. But I would say that is a credit to him. Alicia Hemming read in the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. You can text us at 780-218-9999. She says, "Reid, I saw you at Taste of Edmonton last night while I was in line at Pasta Pantry.
Oh, cool.
But I didn't want to bother you."
If you see me in public, you are welcome to say hi to me. I will not feel bothered.
Really?
But that's very
Hugs? Hugs?
I probably don't need to be hugged.
Pictures.
I would do a picture, yes.
Oh.
I would hug you if you asked for a hug, I suppose, but don't just run up to me and hug me.
What about an autograph?
I would give an autograph, though I don't think anybody would want one. Oh, Gager wants one now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gager wants a hug.
Okay. We better break now because Sam Emilus from the Riders is going to be giving us a buzz in 3 or 4 minutes. Here's the Coop.
The Elks injury report after practice sees Jake Serezna looking to make his return to the lineup available for Friday's game against the Riders, while Royce Mechie and Devondrick Bynum have been ruled out of the game. Bynum with a chest injury missing practice, while Mechie sat out with an ankle injury. And Elks' Cody Fajardo took first-team reps at practice, with the team's starter being announced tomorrow morning. Out east, it's a rubber match between the Jays and Yankees. They close out a 3-game series. Jays winning 4-1 in the opener, losing 5-4 to the Yanks last night. Toronto holds first in the AL East, up 3 games on New York. First pitch at 5:07, Chris Bassett taking the mound for Toronto. And underway, there's 4 games in the majors. Astros leading 2-1 over the D-backs in the 7th, while the Cards trail the Rockies 6-zip in the top of the 9th. For the Riverhawks, they look to bounce back against the Apple Sox. Wenatchee smacking Edmonton 21-7 in their series opener last night. Game 2 goes at 7:35. The action being streamed on any of EST's audio streams. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Sam Emilus checks in on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit GalloLLP.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? horses, chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins. Elks and Roughriders on Friday, 7 o'clock game. We're going to have the Green and Gold kickoff show with Jay and Matthew Awanek at 6. And then after the game, they hop on as well for the Green and Gold postgame show as the Elks look for a much-needed victory, and they are in tough against the Riders, who have looked great most of this season with a record of 5-1. And one of the guys helping them do that is receiver Sam Emilus, who joins us now. Sam, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. Thanks a lot for making time for us. A pleasure to talk to you. We want to get to know your football journey, making it to the CFL. But before we go there, we got to ask about the current season and some of the stuff going on with your team. You're 5-1, and Trevor Harris is seemingly hitting every throw. What's it like playing with Trevor at quarterback so far this year?
Like I always said, man, Trevor has been the quarterback, the most accurate quarterback I ever played with, and he's showing up this year. It's been showing it the years of the previous year, and this year is just clicking. The second year in the same system. So we're just rolling right now, and we're gonna keep on doing it.
So when you have a quarterback like that he's gonna put the ball where it needs to be. And look, I know as a receiver, you're always working to get open and believing in your quarterback. But does that make you need to be more precise, or make you just believe even if I can get a little bit open, he's gonna find me? What's it like?
Yeah, but like you just said, it's a little bit of both. We all know we got an accurate quarterback, and he's smart also. So Trevor, really, when you got Trevor in the back as a quarterback position, all you got to do is run your route, and he's gonna make the right read. And if you feel like you got to force a throw in the window, you're able to make it. So obviously, when you got the best of the both worlds, it's just gonna be positive plays after positive plays.
Well, and your running back's not bad either. I know he had that one game. I'm talking about Ouellette, of course. I know he had that game against Calgary where he didn't get a lot of yards. But I think maybe I guess that was your toughest game of the season overall. But what does having that running attack do for your receivers?
Yeah, I mean, AJ came this year with something to prove. He was dealing with an injury last year. And he came this year with just head down and ready to go to work and show that he's one of the best running backs in the league. And then that's exactly what he's doing right now. And having him as a running back, obviously, that brings the defense down because they got to stop the run, and that makes more space for us and the receivers. So he greatly appreciated in his room, and obviously he do a great job in a pass pro for us. So obviously when there's all time to block for him, we're just giving the same energy back.
All right. I before we get to your football journey, because I think it's a pretty cool one. The one game you guys did lose, it was played about, I don't know what, it was like 14 hours or something after it was supposed to be played. How weird was that for you as an athlete having an Friday evening game turned into a Saturday afternoon game because of that smoke delay?
Yeah, it was unique, I would say. I never wait that long for a game being delayed, what we thought was about to be delayed. But it was, like I said, it was unique. You didn't really know what to do with yourself. You had to keep yourself busy, either stretching, catching balls, joking around with your teammate, anything to get your mental still in the game, or what else, or, get some treatment, whatever. But it was unique in the sense of like, we didn't know if it was playing or not, but we still had to get ready to go out there and do your job. And when we heard that it was, when it got to a point where it was getting late and they told us that we'd play the next day, I wouldn't say it was a relief, but like it was a relief because nobody wanted to get out there and get hurt after just standing there and doing nothing for 3 hours. So obviously it was different and unique, but I'm glad we played the next day. Obviously it wasn't the outcome we wanted, but I think for the health of the players, it was a good decision.
Sam Emilus joining us this afternoon on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne, receiver for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Okay, you know what, Sam? I've had the pleasure to interview a lot of CFL players over the years. A lot of times it might be an American player who comes to Canada, but you're a great story because you're a Canadian player who went south for college and now we're back in Canada playing pro. I want to go way back, man. Like a little Sam Emilus. Maybe they called you Sammy. I don't even know. Where did you grow up? Who got you into football? What's the athletic history here?
Sorry, say that last part again.
Where did you grow up and who got you into football? Can you tell us that story?
So I grew up in Montreal, right? And really what got me into football, I remember it was my first year of high school, if I can remember. And it was just recess, and some guys were playing football outside. I already knew I was a good athlete, and some guys were just playing football outside, and somebody threw me the ball, and I just I caught it, started running with it, and one of the guys that was over there played on the football team for the school, and he told me, "Hey, you should just come to a practice. Like you'd be good at this." And I just went, and ever since I fell in love with the sport, and here I am today, really.
Okay, so you're growing up in Montreal. So before that, like, what did you want to play for the Canadians or basketball? I don't like. What else did you do?
I would say I was really playing everything. Like my big brother put me into really like playing every sport. Either one that put me in playing ice hockey, tennis, baseball, you name it. Like he really built me being an all around athlete by putting me like playing in multiple sports. He was older than me, so I was playing with people older than my age. So I guess that helped also.
Okay, so you go to UMass and then you go wind up at Louisiana Tech, south of the border. Like, when you join the team, do your teammates care that you're Canadian? Do they think like, who's this Canadian guy? Why isn't he playing hockey or something? Or do they not even care? You just got to fit in and play football.
It was kind of a little bit of both. My story is was kind of unique in the sense that I only got I had a problem with my student visa, so I only got that UMass in August, and the first game of the season was 10 days later. So at first they was really thinking about redshirting me, and basically I was just over there on the practice doing scouts and stuff, but I was going crazy. So eventually they put me on the active roster after the sixth game, I believe. And but like you just said, to answer your question, I think at first it was really we'll see what this guy can do, and then I just started fitting in, and they saw that I could help the team win, and they put me in position to make plays.
All right. So then when you're finishing university and you did get drafted in 2022, like 7th overall, you're pretty high pick by the Riders. Before the draft, were you like, yeah, like I'm all in. I got to make in the CFL. Were you thinking, oh, I don't know, like I've gone to school, and was there something else? Like, tell us about that transition period.
That transition period was it was good actually. I would say I was able to for that 3 to 4 months I was just able to focus on football and me. Because at the end of the day, you never know, like, if you're going to get drafted or not. So I wasn't really trying to think about that, trying to affect my mental or, my life. But that transition was good. I would say my first goal, of course, was to get in the NFL, and I knew that and I knew that I had a good chance with the CFL. So I knew that I was about to be in a good situation. If it was not in the NFL, it would be the CFL. And like you said, the transition was good. I just had to keep my head down and keep working.
Okay, so you come to the CFL. As a rookie, you had 10 receptions. In your second year, you had 70. Last year, you had 87.
Yeah.
I guess you've been growing okay, eh? I guess you're improving.
Yeah. Yep. I would say my rookie year. I was behind great receivers. You know, I was behind Kean Baker, Justin McInnes. So obviously, it was a year for me what I had to learn. I'd been playing college football in 4 or 5 years, I believe. So it was a good time for me to just step back and learn from those two guys and learn from the Canadian football rules again. And when my time came the second year, I just took the opportunity and made the most out of it.
Saskatchewan Roughriders wide receiver Sam Emilus joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Sam, you got Jay. I was down at the Elks practice today, and I asked their head coach Mark Killam if he was, as a first time head coach now, what he thinks of going to Mosaic Stadium and playing there. And he said that it's a very unique stadium in that it seems like everybody is right on top of you. The way that it's designed as a bowl. I mean, you've been to every other CFL stadium. What's the big difference at Mosaic Stadium that makes it so loud? Obviously other than the watermelon wearing passionate fans, but what's the difference at Mosaic Stadium, Sam?
Right. Well, first off, I got to shout out our fans. We got the best fans in the league, so obviously that's gonna make a difference. But from a technical standpoint, I think what really makes a difference for us and this other team is probably the way the stadium is laid out. It's kind of like a bowl, like a dome that's open, and it makes I would say not feared, not intimidating, but it like I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest. But when I could see when visitors come in, you just see a sea of green. It's got to be like, okay, like it's us 50 guys versus 30,000 people. But like I said, we got the best fan in the league. We have the best facility, so obviously we got to use that as our advantage.
Had you been to Regina before you were a rider? Like, did you travel Canada a lot?
Not really. It's my first time in the West. When I first got drafted. Being in the Western Canada was really my first time. The furthest I've been was probably Toronto and Canada.
Okay, well now you get all the CFL stops every year.
Yeah, shout out Vancouver. That's my favorite city.
Okay, there you go. Well, I guess you liked it on the weekend because you guys looked pretty good in that game too. Hey Sam, I appreciate you coming on the show. When I was asking your media person for. That we'd like to have a Riders player. She said Sam has a great personality and he's really well spoken, and you certainly showed that this afternoon. I don't know if you converted any Elks fans to cheer for you, but at least now they'll know a little bit about your story when they see you play it on Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you taking the time.
Right on. Thank you so much. That's Sam Emilus checking in, receiver for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I mean, one of many. Just more and more Canadians who have eye-popping stats. Like 70 catches, 1,097 2 years ago. Last year, 87 catches, 1,064. I know he missed a couple of games this year, but with 250 at this point, still has a chance to get another 1,000-yard season. So, like, more and more around the league, we're seeing this, including with, the Rourke and Ford and isn't Justin McInnes a Canadian receiver as well? Not the ref we had. They're like more and more players like they're not on the roster because they're Canadian. They're not the seventh option.
Yeah,
right?
no,
like they're they're one of the best players on their team or at their position, and I think Emilus fits that bill. Like he's a really good player. Had a really good interview. I quite enjoyed talking to him.
Very good interview. Yeah, that's quite nice.
But it different. Different for us to talk. I mean, we don't mind talking to other players as well. players on other teams. Like, we think that's relevant to preview the matchup involving an Edmonton team sometimes. And it is an interesting story. And I wonder what's going to, and hopefully, Jay, you and I are doing this for, a long time together too, when we're interviewing a couple generations down, because I still feel with a lot of CFL players, when did you take up football? Grade 8, grade 9, sometimes not even until high school. And even with them, are we going to see more? I started at an age when a lot of hockey players start minor hockey. Do you think it's heading in that direction? Maybe not down to 6-year-old, but maybe, Well,
I'll take it even one step further. Is it, I started playing flag football when I was 8.
That kind of stuff.
Right? Instead of tackle football, flag football. Flag football has just become a lot more palatable. A, on the checkbook for your parents, and B, on your head.
Right.
Especially at a young age when accidents happen, you're not in that good of control of your body. I think the flag in the younger age is really going to help grow the game of football.
Right.
Because when you're then into your high school years and you're saying, well, my school has a team, maybe I'll go out for them and try.
Right.
Then you have a football background coming into that.
Yeah. And I don't want to, I'm not trying to be crap on or be negative about past generations, but I even know, maybe the story was 20 years ago, a Canadian player. Well, when did you start playing football? Oh, grade 10.
Yeah.
I just went out for fun. Well, how'd you get recruited? Well, everybody got recruited on my team. The university needed players.
Well,
or whatever. And then why'd you get drafted? Well, they needed Canadians. Obviously, you got to be good, but the bar of what the expectation for most Canadian players has risen greatly.
Absolutely. No question.
Risen greatly over the years.
Every year, there's more and more Canadians getting drafted into the NFL.
Right. So that's the thing. So the high-end Canadian guys aren't even coming to the CFL anymore. Like Don Blair. Remember him?
Yep.
Didn't the Elks take him first overall?
Yep.
And he went to the Bears for a couple seasons, Chicago Bears.
Yep.
And then he came here. I mean, now, Chuba didn't the Stamps take Chuba, but in the 5th round? Because it's okay, he's not going to be here.
Yeah, there's a lot of Canadians that actually don't even get drafted just because, there's
less and less hope of them winding up back in Canada. But he was a great interview, good player. Again, hopefully his stats are not very good on Friday night.
Let's hope.
let's hope for that. But a good story growing up in Montreal, playing in the NCAA, and now playing for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, where he had never been before he became a Rider.
Well, that's a lot of people probably haven't been to Saskatchewan.
I'm glad you asked him about the stadium, though.
That stadium just looks like a party. Every time I see it on TV, I love watching when Edmonton plays there, and other teams too. But it's such a vibrant atmosphere. It just makes you want to be there. I know Lieutenant Eric was there last year.
Well, he told us a great story about being there and wasn't he there for the playoff game?
He was on TV.
Yeah, he was on TV.
Times.
Was that the West semi?
Yeah,
I think it was the West semi. Yeah. Good interview with him with Sam Emilus.
That was a good idea, Reid.
Well, I don't mind telling it doesn't. I mean, that's still connected to an Elks game.
Absolutely,
it's still a really good player,
and you're getting
you're gonna see that guy. There could be some Elks fans halfway through the second quarter cursing the guy we just had on the show. That's that damn guy from Montreal Reid had on.
Yes.
Why did Reid have him on?
Well, we could say it was now. maybe it's the anti-Reid bump.
Maybe. Yeah. We'll see.
You obviously want him to do good, just not that good.
We got Jay's play of the day coming up. Duane Forde is scheduled to join us. More from you, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino Inbox, 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
Saw this on Hoffman. This is from Brian Swain, local guy who puts out some good numbers on stuff. Jeff Hoffman has allowed 23 earned runs this season. 1 via wild pitch, 2 via singles, 4 via doubles, 16 via the home run. So when he misses, he misses. And outside that, he's pretty good. But 16 earned runs this year via home run.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Elks face the Riders Friday with tons of injury updates after practice this morning. Both Devondrick Bynum and Royce Metier out of the contest, with Jake Serezna available for the game, a full participant this morning. Plus, Cody Fajardo took first team reps. No announcement on who will take snaps for the Elks just yet. Starter will be announced tomorrow morning. Elsewhere, the Jays and Yankees close out their 3-game series. Yankees winning 5-4 last night, with Toronto still holding first place in the AL East, up 3 games on New York, who sits second. Around the league, there's 3 games live. At the end of the 8th, it's locked at 3 aside between the Astros and D-backs, while the Twins trail the Dodgers 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Riverhawks also play the Apple Sox. Catch the action on any of ESC's audio streams with first pitch just after 7:30. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
You click. Click. Thumb. Must you click. Thumb.
All right, there is the Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching us on YouTube. If you've already done so, copy the link, share it, encourage others to check out the show. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or how you can get us on an app, whether you're using like a tablet. Is that what they call those iPad thingies?
Tablets, yeah.
What else are they called? The Surface? Doesn't one company have something called the
Microsoft?
Microsoft Surface? Is that what their tablet is called?
Yes.
But the iPad's got to be the big one.
I think.
If you ask Homer, it's the MyPad.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a Simpsons episode where he got the iPad, but it was a MyPad.
Oh, neat.
He got
Okay.
addicted to it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Were
cool.
tablets a fad?
Has iPad become like Kleenex? Because Kleenex is a brand. You don't say give me a tissue, you say give me a Kleenex, even if it's some other brand. So if I were using a tablet that's not an Apple product, is it now that people would just say, oh, you're on your iPad? I don't know.
Like Bobcat.
Which is actually, what's it supposed to be?
Skid steer.
A skid steer, right.
I'd
that's a
say
good point.
so. It's not like I'm on my tablet. You're an iPad kid. That's a new term.
Or skidoo.
Right?
Yeah, that's one.
Skidoo.
It's a snowmobile. It's not a skidoo.
Well, that's a sled.
That's another. Or I guess-
Snowmobile.
Sorry.
But skidoo is a brand. Just
Right.
like Bobcat.
That's
is a
replaced.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they on their way out? Tablets? Are tablets still a thing?
I think so. Why wouldn't they be?
I don't know.
Well, phones are just getting bigger, so phones will become tablets at one point.
Oh, maybe.
Well, I think tablets gone. That's why I say they've gone a little bit extinct, is because everybody has one in their pocket. Like, this is a miniature tablet that I can phone on.
Yeah,
that could be a 3-hour
Well, it's a
show.
miniature computer, really. I mean, this is more. Somebody said to me once, your cell phone is more powerful than the computers that help put the first people on the moon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or make it look like they were on the moon.
So today's off-topic topic number 2 is
how did they fake the moon landing? In all seriousness, I was watching some videos the other night on like things to fire back on the moon landing being faked. Like, there is zero chance the moon landing was faked. There were people on the moon, and all the things that people point out about how are faked are not evidence. Like, it's easily like, no, this actually was how it would look in space.
Come on, that was a sound stage, and you know it.
Okay, Stanley Kubrick doing it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, he did drop. Didn't he drop notes or hints of that in, what was it, The Shining?
Oh, is that part of the myth of The Shining? I didn't know that.
I think the little boy at one time was wearing a spaceship landing shirt in the movie. That's one of the theories.
Oh, wow. Okay. Weed Whacker says, I'm watching this show on a tablet instead of working right now, as you should be. Jasmine says the Surface is sick, just a lot of money. And Rip City Step says Canada is a big country. True.
It's true.
Maybe that was in response to something else, but that's in the nasty chat.
Yeah, if I wanted to know how big, I could just go to my trusty atlas.
Oh, we're going to do that. We are going to do that.
So I must admit, yesterday when we did the atlas, we broke it out. I did probably break the rules of atlasing, where I immediately went to Google. So we're not going to do that today.
No, okay.
We're going to try find out fun facts about a random thing through the atlas.
We got to do something else first.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta, gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today. Get started with a $50 casino bonus. Just deposit $20 with the promo code EST Casino. Play smart, play local, and remember to use your game sense.
Well, Reid.
Yes, Jay.
You know that I'm of the belief that Cody Fajardo is going to be the starting quarterback for the Double E this Friday. Right now, the line, let's see here. The line still remains at 9.5. A 9.5. Elks are 9.5 point dogs. I would imagine once this news is official, that line will start moving down.
Okay.
That's why I jumped all over this today. So Jay's play of the day is the Elks plus 9.5 against Saskatchewan. It was minus 114. Now it's minus 102. So it's almost even money to get the Elks at 9.5 points.
Okay.
So if you think that they can make some noise in Saskatchewan, which I think they can with this quarterback change, join me. Go to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials, and you will see Jay's play of the day right there.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Yeah, it's been fun. We love doing the play of the day for Play Alberta.
Great jingle.
That is a good jingle. Thanks to AI.
My WNBA play of the day got blown up on the first game.
What happened?
It lost.
Was this you had a 5-game parlay?
I didn't even look at the other.
Didn't even look at how the other ones did.
But let's find out here. Just hang on. Okay, so yeah, it was the Washington Mystics that lost. I had them to win. New York did their job. They won. Minnesota did their job. They won. Oh, and Seattle lost it too. So, okay. Fair enough.
Oh, so it wasn't a good one yesterday.
We just missed, baby.
You had a tough day. Sometimes you have a tough day. You haven't had a lot of tough days. You've been very, very good.
No, we've been good. Those that have been riding with Jay have been doing very well.
Yeah, well, I agree. Well, why wouldn't you ride with Jay?
Why wouldn't you?
The off-topic topic is for William Huff. Would you bring your parents to your workplace, and what would they do while they were there? My parents came today for about, 2.5 hours and helped pack for the big move, which I guess moving day is actually Monday, though my parents had not been inside this office. They'd been outside the building. They had not been in this office, and then Awanak took them over to the new office.
They were impressed.
They were. Tango says, my mom would spend her time looking at the furniture and sitting in them to see their comfort level. Fair enough. Caster 1990 says, one time I brought my parents to the office, was on the way home from Calgary. I was working in Nisku. They needed a washroom break. I believe they were impressed by how large the facility was. That's pretty good. So it was bring your parents to pee day. Bring your parents to pee at work. That's
says my mom showed up at my job site once because she wanted a picture of me.
Oh my goodness.
Alicia Hemming says iPads are really popular now for university. You can use it as a laptop, but it's also very useful for handwriting graphs, formulas, etc.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did they use what is they called? The stylus? Is that how university students would take notes?
Yeah. Isn't that the pen that does the things?
But you also can use a keyboard, or I think even attach a keyboard to a lot of them, can't you?
Yeah, some, yeah.
Oh, for sure,
iPads,
they have an iPad Pro. That is really the big one, or an iPad Max, or whatever the title is. It's basically similar to
the larger ones.
Yes, the bigger ones that have those attachment features and the stylus and stuff like that. Windows Surfaces, they all come with those, but they're like $3,000.
Oh, they're that much more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Reid.
What?
We've got an Atlas question.
Oh, good.
Actually,
yeah, good. We're going to do the Atlas.
Dave in Section T says, Atlas question. What is the primary export of Rhodesia? Well,
I don't know if that would be. There aren't write-ups in there, though.
Let's find out.
I don't think that there would be a write-up about Rhodesia's exports.
First, let's find out where Rhodesia is.
We got to get the page number for Rhodesia first.
Oh my gosh.
Rhodesia is an African nation, is it not?
Let me look it up here. Just hang on.
It's with an H, remember?
R-H.
Yeah, not H-R. H. Silent
Well,
H.
HR might be calling us soon enough when we keep this.
Let's see if once we do this, we're going to offend every other nation in the world.
Gosh, there's a lot of S's. R-H.
Oh, Coop's playing the Jeopardy music. I was thinking, what else is coming in?
Rhodesia, it says C, Zimbabwe.
Oh, yeah, Caster 1990 just put it in there. Rhodesia is now called Zimbabwe.
Okay, I'm looking up Zimbabwe.
And Rip Van Winkle is guessing that it's going to be tobacco. I don't know. Well, we'll learn something about Zimbabwe.
Okay, 139.
I don't think it's going to have information about their imports and exports.
139.
And this,
I don't know what percentage tariff they pay.
So this Atlas is 18 years old as well, right?
Is it?
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Didn't you get it for your wedding?
Oh,
which
yeah,
was
that's
18
true.
years ago?
What are you,
Yeah.
what are you, Mr. Carbon Dater? Hey, you gonna go out and cut some rings off of trees and see how old they are, Coop? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
H3. Okay.
You're gonna do the
All of them.
half-life of some uranium?
Zimbabwe.
Full life.
Zimbabwe is south of Zambia. It's west of Mozambique. It's northeast of Botswana.
Okay.
And it also borders South Africa. The capital city is Harare, or Harare. Harare.
Oh, jeez.
Looks to be... Okay, so now if
There's no write-up about it, though. There's no write-up about its exports. I've Googled it. Just so we know. Oh, okay, wait. He's got more, everybody. Hang tight. Jay's flipping through the Atlas.
There's anything on Mozambique here. Oh, a port and beach resort lies on the north side of the mouth of the Punjo River in Beira, Mozambique. Fun fact. If I was going to say... Africa.
But we don't get write-ups in the Atlas. It's just a bunch of maps.
Well, it does say land use.
Okay.
So some of Africa's most productive agricultural land is found in the eastern volcanic uplands, which was probably where this would be, actually. So fertile soils support a wide range of valuable export crops, including vegetables, tea, and coffee. The most widely grown grain is corn and peanuts. So I might say coffee, Reid.
Corn. Okay, now I've looked it up on Google. You're not allowed to use Google.
No, not clearly not.
Zimbabwe's primary exports include gold, tobacco, and nickel matte.
Huh. 0 for 3. I was actually going to say gold off the
Yeah, no,
hop.
you were right. You're by saying gold.
Did I say gold?
Yeah.
I did.
Well, I'm retroactively saying that you did.
Right.
I'm going to give you retroactive credit.
It looks like a gold territory. So there, you've learned something about...
We're pretty much the most educational show in the city.
What was Rhodesia.
Right.
Now known as Zimbabwe.
So there you go. Now it's all solved.
Can I say something honest?
Yes.
I've never known it not to be Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I thought they were two separate places. I've heard of Rhodesia. I didn't know that was the same place. Oh, live and learn. That's what we're doing.
Live and learn, bro.
All right. Duane Forde from TSN coming up. What does he think about the Elks quarterback situation? We'll touch on some of the other league headlines from around the CFL with him. First, here comes the Coop.
Elks injury report has Devondrick Bynum out of Friday's game against the Riders with a chest injury. He didn't practice this morning, while Royce Metier is also out with an ankle injury, while Jake Serezin was a full participant listed available for the game. Head coach Mark Killam also mentioned that the team has yet to pick a starter. That'll be announced tomorrow morning. In baseball, Toronto and New York close out their 3-game series. Toronto taking Game 1, Yankees winning 5-4 in Game 2, with Chris Bassett getting the ball for Toronto. First pitch at 5:07, and just 2 games are live right now. Astros holding the D-backs 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th, while the Dodgers have a 2-1 lead on the Twins in the 8th. Meanwhile, the Riverhawks are on the road in Wenatchee playing Game 2 against the Apple Sox. Tune into the action on any of EST's audio streams. Coverage starts at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. TSN's Duane Forde joins us after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Ed Hervey, the general manager of the Double E, he joins us.
We wanted people in our room that we thought we could build what that timeline is and can be. It's a combination of coaches getting the players prepared and the players going out there and executing, as well as putting in their own time. I think that's kind of the culmination of how you get through ruts and you speed up the process of continuity.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Tonight on Will It Store, 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. He's Jason Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. Zachary Kubish is here as well. Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. Elks not announcing it, but Jay was at Elks practice today. And so Cody Fajardo just ran the first team today. Like it wasn't splitting like they said it was the last couple of days.
No.
It was him.
Yeah, he was on with the number ones the whole day.
Here's what you asked Mark Killam.
Coach, it's clear to see Cody Fajardo was taking the bulk of the snaps with the first team. Is there going to be a quarterback change for the Elks heading into this?
Just going to have to wait and see. I mean, Trey's had the majority of the reps for the entire year, so we thought if we do want to make it, we'd give him a few more. But those guys split reps all week. We haven't made the decision yet.
All right.
Like I said, I would be shocked if it's not Cody Fajardo who comes out at the top of that depth chart tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like you've said, Reid, and like we've discussed, that is not the only issue with this team.
No. Most everything else except for the kicking, perhaps.
And I was watching the kicking, and boy, that Vincent Blanchard has a leg.
What did Killam say earlier this week or earlier this season?
He got a live leg.
Was it an active leg? He's got an active leg. And I was like, well, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he can kick it. He can get it through from deep. Like he was not short on really anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. I mean, they're going to need him. They're going to need somebody driving the ball to get them within scoring range and making the kicks. Matt says, Glue Guy, if Fajardo does indeed start, do you think Trey goes in at a certain point regardless of what happens? So are they going to do some sort of change of pace special package thing with Forde?
I don't think so. I think even Cody Fajardo would stay in on third and short because that's what he's been doing thus far anyways.
No, well, that has not been a great part of their game either a couple of times.
So, no, I wouldn't see, or I guess anything can happen. Maybe there's a package that they've still got ready to go. But no, I would say if Cody Fajardo gets the ball, he gets the ball.
Sorry, Bronco Nick correcting me, and I think he's right. It was leg talent. He has a lot of leg talent. And then Bronco Nick says, Sean Payton said the same thing today about his new punter in Denver. He has a lot of leg talent, which I have never heard. Now, look, here's the thing. I talk about football. I talk to football players and coaches, but I'm not immersed in football. I'm not scouting football. I'm not paying attention to U Sports. I mean, unless they're a U of A star, that's really good. I'm not. So I didn't know the term leg talent. Maybe our next guest does. By the way, he's going to be our voices of the game for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. We're more than just plywood. We offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. With a huge selection of hardwoods and knowledgeable staff, we're here for all your DIY needs. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know. Like, to me, that's one of those terms. You're like in hockey a few years ago. Well, he wasn't a good back checker. He's got a good 200-foot game. All of a sudden. And as we bring Duane Forde from TSN in, by the way, I'm Reid. That's Jay. Thanks for coming on. Like, am I like the old middle-aged sportscaster that is out of tune? I didn't know that leg talent meant you're a good kicker.
Well, I think everybody likes to have their jargon, right? And the kickers don't want to be left out. So a few years back, it didn't become whether a quarterback had a strong arm or he was accurate. He has arm talent. And so now yes. the kickers just want to be included in the conversation. And so this is their thing, right? They're always on the outside looking in.
Duane, thank you for taking some time out here to join us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I appreciate it. Look, the talk here in Edmonton is what's going to happen at the quarterback position, whether they're going to give the ball back to Trey Forde or make the switch to Cody Fajardo. Although you're incredibly immersed in the CFL, you're not in this market every day. And I want to take advantage of that because I want to have an out of market, thought on, to me, it would be a no brainer as to what to do. But looking from the outside in, what would Duane Forde say at this point in the season when this team is 1-4?
Yeah. And it's an interesting situation, obviously, because it honestly is so unique for a number of reasons. To me, the short answer in terms of what I would do is I would actually move to starting Cody Fajardo at this time. I have said this to a few people over the course of the last couple of weeks. I mean, to me, this is not a condemnation of Trey Forde in any way, shape, or form. This is not suggesting that Trey Forde as starting quarterback is a failed experiment. But I think when you look at the situation, to me, Trey is a very uniquely talented guy, and I think has a chance to be successful in this league. But what I think is that the first 2.5 years of Trey Forde's CFL career didn't necessarily put him in a position to be as successful as he could be in this league, just from a development point of view. And the comparison that I've made is, you look at Trey coming out of the 2024 season and he's going into free agency. And you're going to ask the question at that stage, he's 3 years in, is he ready to be a starter or not? And look at other guys in similar situations over the last couple of years. Drew Brown, going into the 2024 season, had been the backup to Zach Collaros. Very stable situation, successful team, veteran quarterback in front of him, helping his development. And Drew Brown proves ready to be a starting quarterback in the Canadian Football League as he goes to Ottawa and has that role, has put up very good numbers there, led the team to the playoffs last year and so on. The other comparison, obviously, in the same offseason last year is Davis Alexander, as he and Trey Forde were kind of the two guys very much talked about. Davis Alexander is a guy who's been with the same team for 3 years. Stability in that organization, veteran quarterbacks in front of him. He had been in Montreal. I think Vernon might have been there at the start, Vernon Adams Jr., but Trevor Harris, Cody Fajardo in front of him, veteran guys allowing him to develop. He proves to be ready to be a starter. And I think he had enough of a sample size last year. But the other thing has to do with the strength of the team and the environment around him. I don't think Trey has had that through particularly the first 2.5 years of his career. I think there was more stability and a pretty good development situation for him once Jarius Jackson took over as head coach last season. But the team was in this unique situation of being forced to make a decision because he's headed to free agency, and you've got to decide what you're doing. And in a lot of ways, Trey had become kind of the face of the team, right? They had some success when he played. He's one of the most exciting players in the league. And I would say in Edmonton, one of the most exciting guys you've seen in some time. And in addition to that, there's sort of the Canadian quarterback angle, which is a story that many CFL fans and media love. And so there's that push for him to play. And I think that contributes to him maybe being put in a position as a starter before he's really ready to be in that situation. You commit to him at the start of the year. And I've even said on air during games, a younger quarterback, you commit to him, you've got to give him some time. But I also look at what's happening in the West Division, and you've got an Edmonton team that there's some urgency to win now, right? When you look at what the rest of the division is doing, there's some urgency to win. You've got Cody Fajardo, who led his team to the Grey Cup in 2023, led his team to first place in the East in 2024, was an MLP finalist, I think, in 2019 in Regina, a very proven starting quarterback, right? You look at resumes around the league at a time when every team in the league has an experienced backup quarterback. Cody Fajardo probably has the best recent resume of any of those backup quarterbacks. He's a legitimate starter. And so I think he, to me, is the guy that gives you the best chance to win right now, while Trey continues to grow and develop as a quarterback and maybe make up for a little bit of that lost time, especially as he's learning a new offense.
Well, and you summed that up so well. And you said this is the season is drifting away from them, especially in the West Division. There's some clear separation there, and the Elks have struggled. They have a 1-4 record. The only team they beat was Ottawa. Is this game this Friday in Saskatchewan, is this a must-win game for this Elks team?
Mathematically, obviously, it's not, because there's lots of time. But yeah, the fact is, there is. What I will say is, there is definitely an urgency to win. Is that fair?
Yes.
If we don't necessarily call it a must win, but an urgency. and at the very least, an urgency to show significant progress against one of the top teams in the division. There's little question to me about that. When you look again, the rest of the division has been so strong, and the quarterback play has been very good, right? It's a tough division of quarterbacks. When you look at Winnipeg's got Zach Collaros, who's a guy who's won a couple of MOPs. He's been to the Grey Cup 5 years in a row. He and Trevor Harris both are 13 years in. Right? A lot of experience. They've been very successful amongst the two of the most accurate quarterbacks in Canadian Football League history. Nathan Rourke obviously has been a most outstanding Canadian, has looked very good at times this year as well. And Vernon Adams Jr. has been outstanding in Calgary, probably an MOP favorite maybe to this point in the season. And so you're in tough. So you got to get going.
So some of the talk was because there's been so much changeover here in Edmonton with the new staff. Top to bottom, this organization is completely different now than it was last year. And maybe that takes some time to gel. But then I look, south down Highway 2, and I see a Calgary team that sits at 5-1 atop the West Division, and they seem to be cruising, having fun, and kicking everybody's collective behinds. So,
Yes.
How is Calgary doing it, and how are they so successful this early in the season?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with the culture piece that they definitely committed to wanting certain types of guys there this season, and wanting a little more leadership, I think, was a big part of that. Wanting people who wanted to be there, and that's not to say that Edmonton is any different, because I know Edmonton, that was a large part of the edict as well. But Calgary wasn't the complete overhaul. When you look at some of the people involved in making the decisions, I think of their president, Jay McNeil, general manager and head coach, Dave Dickinson. Like, not only have these guys been together for a couple of years to sort of talk about some of this stuff, these guys go back a long way, right? To having been teammates together going back to the mid 90s in Calgary. And so they're kind of on the same page, I think, in terms of a lot of what they have seen in terms of successful teams in the CFL, and building that moving forward, that they've been able to do, maybe have a little bit of a head start on things in that regard. I think one of the other pieces for me, I always make reference to teams taking their personality from two main sources in the world of football. And I would say that that's the head coach and the quarterback, typically the starting quarterback. And you just have more experience there in Dave Dickinson and Vernon Adams that I think have contributed to that. While Mark Killam's in his first year in his role at the same time as Trey Forde is in his first year in his role. And I think, again, both of those guys, I think, are going to do very well. I believe in both of them. But it just maybe takes a little bit more time, especially with so many people coming from different places, in Edmonton in particular, to kind of find that personality and get that vibe. And a little bit younger coaching staff, I would say, as well, just in terms of people being in their first year in certain roles and being together.
Duane, I'm so glad we had you on, because I always love seeing you on TV. I love how you put up with Dustin Nielsen when you're with him. I love how you explain things, so that hopefully we can bug you again. I just got one for you here.
Sure.
I'm going to put it to you this way. Like, I remember you playing. I'm not that much younger than you. And we are both young. I want to emphasize that.
You're 29 as well?
Yeah, exactly. You had a long and illustrious career as a fullback. Let's say you were...
Can fullbacks have illustrious careers?
That's my question. Let's say you're at the local field and a 10-year-old comes up to you and says, Mr. Forde, I want to play fullback when I grow up. What would you say?
Be prepared for the possibility of changing positions. It's it's a timing thing. In all honesty, I joke all the time, but this is a very true thing. I got drafted to Calgary in 1991, and it was during that 1991 season, like, that was the beginning of the 5-receiver offense that has become the norm in the CFL. And so I have joked with John Huffnagel, because he was our offensive coordinator at the time and kind of the architect of that, the father of the modern Canadian Football League offense. But that that I was the impetus for him to get the fullback off the field, basically. So it's, So, I mean, I think that what's happened, like, as you ask about younger players, is I think a lot of guys like me, if I were, say, going into university 10 years later, they might have moved me to a different position as a guy who, of a certain size and being a pretty good athlete, that you may have looked and said, well, we're a 5-receiver offense now. We want to get this athlete on the field for more than 10 plays a game. I may have ended up being a linebacker or a defensive end or something like that. I don't know. So that's why I say, like, to a young guy wanting to be a fullback, I absolutely love playing the position because you get to do a little bit of everything. But it's the game has changed, that there maybe aren't quite as many opportunities for a fullback, and if you want to get on the field, you might need to move elsewhere.
Yeah. See, Duane knew exactly where I was going with that question. I just asked it in a different way that he might. But even the tight end in the NFL, like it's like, how often does Kelsey line up right against the offensive line? Sometimes, but he's in the slot back version of the NFL, right? Like, basically.
Yeah. No, the role has changed. The game has changed. And, we talk about the CFL game and the emergence of the 5-receiver offense. Like, one of the things that I get a kick out of, quite frankly, is the amount of stuff now in the National Football League in terms of both offenses and defenses that is relatively new down there, say within the last decade. And we kind of look and go, yeah, we've been doing that for 30 years.
Right. All the motion.
Yeah.
Like, that's caused a stir down in, Tyreek Hill
everybody's
moving
in shotgun. Yeah. Like,
legally, but they're like, he can't have a running start. Well, within the rules you can. And Duane, talk about switching roles. This is the Voices of the Game segment presented by Windsor Plywood Leduc. You were the team captain of the Vanier Cup winning Western Mustangs in 1989. You were a 2-time Grey Cup champion. I was going to use the word illustrious as well. If I mean that sincerely. So, but you had a great CFL career. How does one then transition to becoming one of the more known and notable broadcasters in the CFL?
For me, I would say that the transition, it certainly wasn't something I planned. When I went to university, I knew that I hoped to have a chance to play in the CFL, and that, if things went well, I might have that opportunity. But I was planning to be a high school teacher, quite honestly, a high school phys ed teacher. My dad was a high school principal for many years, and it's something that I've always had an interest in. And I was actually going down that road. That was sort of the plan. But as I got to the end of my career, 2001, which was year 11 for me, my second last year, I was playing in Hamilton. I had just moved to Hamilton after being in Calgary the previous 5 years. And we got knocked out of the playoffs, I guess, we lost in the East Final to Winnipeg. Milt Stegall and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Milt tried to fight me that game, actually. I still bug him about it. But my former Calgary teammates that year had made a late run. Like, they had kind of a tough year, but they made a late run with an 8-10 regular season record to get into the playoffs. They were going to the Grey Cup. And Grey Cup was being played in Montreal. A bunch of my buddies at the time, we were still of an age where a road trip to Montreal to attend a sporting event was a pretty exciting thing. So with a bunch of guys that I had played with at Western, we ended up going to Grey Cup that year. And, as we were out after the game, one of the guys that was covering the Grey Cup, I want to say he would have been with the Score at the time, was Elliot Friedman, whom you guys would recognize from Hockey Night in Canada. And Elliot had actually been like the main sports reporter, whether for the radio station or the newspaper, at Western when I played there. And so we knew each other. Our paths had obviously crossed a whole bunch in university. But as I was playing in the CFL and he was making his way as a sports journalist, our paths crossed from time to time. And so Elliot was out with this bunch of Western guys that he knew, hanging out with us after the game. And we ended up in, Thursdays or one of the bars on Crescent Street after the game. And he and I were just talking about the game. And he said to me, if you're not playing next year, or if you guys aren't in the playoffs, you should come to the Score and be our studio analyst during the playoffs. And it proved to be prophetic, as I played one more year that I wish I hadn't, but the way things worked out, we ended up missing the playoffs at 7-11. So missing out on some playoff checks, I decided to give Elliot a call and take him up on his offer. And it kind of went from there. I did playoff stuff for the Score in 2002. And the next year, first year of retirement for me, I went back and did the same thing in 2003. And they ended up offering me a part-time job there as a suite reporter. And then it got added that I was doing color on University Rush, we called it, which was their
Right.
university game of the week. We started doing the CFL show, CFL Snap, which I did with a few different hosts over the course of my time there. So it was a great opportunity, but it was one of those things that just had to do with, like so many jobs, kind of a little bit of who you know, and that being Elliot, but being in the right place at the right time.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's incredible how your paths crossed. That's how I came on to EST. Is Dusty and I used to call Golden Bears football games way back in the day when he first came to Edmonton. So that's an interesting story. Duane, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And we might bug you again as we get closer to Labor Day. How about that?
That would absolutely be my pleasure, guys.
Okay, thanks again. That was Duane Forde joining us from TSN. Thanks, Duane.
Oh, he's great.
Wasn't that great? Yes, that was
he's
incredible.
great. Like he's so like I love those guys. They're down to earth. They explain things. They don't talk over your head. They don't use the football lingo. They don't give you the, well, hey, I'm going to throw some terms at you that you don't understand. Like he explained it, like good perspective on Forde, Fajardo, the Elks. And I think he said it. Forde not starting this weekend is not the end of the line for Trey Forde as a football player. And I thought too, the Calgary explanation, you know, Calgary had a lot of turnover, but they didn't turn over their head coach and as much of their staff, right? So maybe it's easier for Dickinson to have his culture as opposed to Killam and Hervey trying to put in theirs.
Well, and
I feel like one thing Duane did was he kind of took a shot at Chris Jones without taking a shot at Chris Jones.
How's that?
Because he kind of said that something about Forde's development not being handled very well until Jarius Jackson took over.
Well, I think it was, not public information, but I don't think Chris Jones was the biggest Trey Forde fan in terms of his quarterback capabilities.
Yeah.
But you'd look at Calgary and you say, well, they've had a lot of turnover too. Yeah, but, Calgary's got Vernon Adams Jr., who's currently an MOP candidate. That is a huge difference. A quarterback that can take charge and lead you down the field is imperative to success in the CFL. But yeah, that was great. I'm glad he mentioned University Rush. I loved watching.
Were you
those
ever
games.
featured in those highlights?
No,
or
it was
on a
always
game?
OUA games.
Or were you? Oh, right.
It was always Ontario
easy
games.
Cost, right? Easier
Of
for them
course,
to drive within 2 hours.
I get it, but no, we weren't. But we'd watch that before our night games. We'd watch like a Western, Waterloo game, and learn about these teams and Queens.
Well, Western, at least my experience is because when I was at City TV, I worked with a gentleman who'd gone to Queens, and he hated Western.
Yes, they do not like each
He
other.
was, and the year we were kind of got to know each other, Queens won the Vanier.
Okay.
And he was more excited when they beat Western in the Yates Cup, the OUA final, I think it's called. I remember because I remember him yelling it out. And then they beat, I think, Calgary in the whatever bowl it was, or maybe they beat Calgary in the Vanier. But he was like more excited when they beat Western to win Ontario than to win the national title.
That's like Michigan,
they hated Western.
Ohio.
Like they hate. I think Western and Queens just hate each other.
Do. That was great. That was a great interview.
We are in the banquet studio. The banquet summer feature menu is here. Bacon-wrapped pickles, spicy Korean noodle bowls, and cocktails like the Pink Lady and Blueberry Hibiscus Smash. Try now at the banquet. Get real, play hard. Jay, I have to tell you something else. During that interview, I booked a guest for 5 o'clock.
You did?
Jermaine Bucknor is going to be on the show.
Wow.
Edmontonian, who's now an assistant coach with the Charlotte Hornets. He was with the Boston Celtics. And I believe won the title with them, did he not? The previous year? Right.
Yeah. Would have, for sure.
He's a grad of Ross Shep. I think I might have talked to Jermaine years ago when he was playing in Europe, but I was able to get in touch with him. I think he's back in Edmonton for a few days, and he texted me. He's like, I'll do your show at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're gonna have a local guy who's now an NBA assistant coach on the show in about 15 minutes. So that's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
First, though, here's another guy who's pretty cool. It's the Coop.
Cody Fajardo took first-team reps at practice this morning with the team starter yet to be announced. That'll be announced tomorrow morning, and the Elks injury report came out. Jake Serezna looks like he's making his return available for Friday's game against the Riders, while Royce Metier and Devodrick Bynum have both been ruled out for the contest. Bynum with a chest injury, missing practice this morning, while Metier sat out with an ankle issue. Out east, it's a rubber match between the Jays and Yankees. They close out a 3-game series. Jays winning 4-1 in the opener, losing 5-4 to the Yanks last night. Toronto holding first in the AL East, up 3 games on New York. First pitch at 5:07. Chris Bassett takes him out for Toronto. And there's 9 games wrapped up. 2 games live. It's the Twins up 3-2 over the Dodgers, top of the 9th, while midway through the first, it's runless between the Orioles and the Guardians. For the Riverhawks, they look to bounce back against the Apple Sox. First pitch at 7:35. The action being streamed on any of EST's audio streams. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on after a brief break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Yeah, who didn't give you thank you? The person that you told about the tag?
The tag girls.
She didn't even say thank you about the tag?
No, that one didn't either. It was just like, what's wrong with you kids? Bad manners. Anyways, there's...
I just want to know all of it. I want to know all of it. I know something. I'm just going to do this.
That's exactly how I feel too. This is a therapy session right now for Jazzy.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Salute to Service is back. Your Edmonton Elks battle the Hamilton Tiger Cats Saturday, August 2nd, 1300 hours. We're incredibly grateful for all those who serve our community, so we're dedicating this game to them with a celebration for all service workers, featuring a pre-game flyover by the Royal Canadian Air Force, and see who wins our inaugural Salute to Service Cup flag football tournament. EE Salute to Service, presented by James H. Brown & Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Tickets start at just $20. Score yours now at goelks.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Tonight on Will It Store? 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey, how's it going? The Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. Go to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see Jay's play of the day. What is it again? The Elks to be within 9?
Elks plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5?
Yeah.
I don't use the right lingo because that's how my brain thinks.
That's okay. I've been doing this a long time.
You have the Elks to... Here's how I think of it. You have the Elks to lose by 9 points or fewer.
That's right.
Or win.
Yes.
Or win.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's like there's the way... Because it's like they're starting with a 9.5 point lead. And then you adjust the score from there.
That's exactly how to think about it.
Right.
Seriously.
For new people to get used to it. So I'm sure it seems like most of our audience are very seasoned at placing the odd wager on Play Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, great show. We're talking about Fajardo likely starting on Friday in place of Trey Forde. We had Sam Emilus on the show, receiver for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, great Canadian talent. Duane Forde, former CFL player, now with TSN. He broke down he gave his opinion on some of the things going on with the Elks and around the league. At the top of the hour, Jermaine Bucknor is going to be on the show. Jay and I have a mandate, and I had it on Inside Sports, and I've tried to keep doing it. I think it's part of the reason Dustin wanted us to do this show together. We're going to give you the headlines. We're going to give you all the Oilers stuff. We're going to give you all the Elk stuff. We also want to celebrate local people who have gone on to do great things. We got an Edmontonian who's an assistant coach in the NBA. That's pretty darn cool. That is Jermaine Bucknor. Played in Europe for a long time. He was a Richmond Spider in the NCAA. Great team name.
That is a good team name.
I don't know what their current logo is, if it's a big creepy spider or not. Anyway, we'll catch up with him at 5 o'clock. That's going to be cool to have him on the show. Right now, we got to do Buying or Selling, presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Do you know what happened in July? What would that be now? How many years ago is this? 37 years ago?
30 in July of
1998. No, 88.
What happened in July of 1988? Sports related?
No.
Oh.
No. What is this, a sports show?
Well, this could be a lot of different things.
Had to do with Warner Brothers.
So cartoons or movies?
Cartoons.
Okay. I don't know. Oh no, that wasn't it. I don't know. The rights to their cartoon characters went public.
They officially trademark. So Warner Brothers were known for Looney Tunes.
Right.
One of the most iconic characters in that was Bugs Bunny.
Right.
They officially trademarked the phrase, "What's up, Doc?"
Oh, it had not been trademarked before?
It had not been trademarked till July of 1988.
Okay.
Buying or selling that "What's up, Doc" is one of TV's most iconic phrases.
One of?
One of. We can discuss others.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah?
It looks like we have a problem.
Oh, hang on.
Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
It looks like we have a problem. Does he take the glasses off or put them on? Or is it could go either way? I never really watched. That was Caruso,
David Caruso.
David Caruso in CSI Florida? Miami.
Had to have been Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
one of the most iconic "What's up, Doc?" And by trademarking it, does that mean they got money if another TV show used it?
I guess you could sue them for using it, a cease and desist of some sort.
Right.
But, what's up, Doc?
I mean, I guess when I think of iconic phrases, I think of what you're talking about, Willis, or what you're talking about, whoever, from Gary Coleman. I think of the Fonz just going, hey. I think of don't.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think of
I don't know if you could trademark
Make It So, number one. Engage. Patrick Stewart.
I mean, hasta la vista, baby.
That's a movie. From a movie. That's from a movie. Television catchphrases. I mean, there'd probably be a lot on Saturday Night Live from those characters. Could it be Satan? The church lady. That comes to mind. But I guess "What's up, Doc" would be one of the most iconic. I'll buy on that. That's a fun one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one. Here's Johnny.
From The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Also from The Shining. Urkel, did I do that?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Somebody just put that in the chat.
The tribe has spoken.
Oh yeah, I never would have thought of that because I don't watch those types of shows.
Yabba dabba doo.
That's an excellent one. That's an excellent one.
Come on down.
Price is Right.
Just a little brain twister.
Roddy, wasn't he the announcer on The Price is Right?
Rod Roddy?
Rod Roddy? Wasn't that his name? I don't know if he still does it.
I doubt he's alive. No,
yeah. Rod Roddy did pass away quite a while ago in 2003. And apparently his actual name is Robert Ray Roddy.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, that's a good one. What's up, Doc? Would people still know that, though?
I think so. My daughters watch Looney Tunes all the time.
Do they still make new Looney Tunes cartoons?
That I don't know.
That I do not know. Where do you find them, Coop?
I don't know.
Like you go on
Cartoon
YouTube.
Network or Teletoon.
You go on YouTube. You can
Like
find
new ones.
New ones, yeah, they have. I swear they had a new show.
Seriously?
New Looney Tunes show out. Oh yeah, like Looney Tunes spin-offs. I watched one when I was like, well, I know this isn't new, but like when I was 12, there was some new ones. I don't know. They keep trying to reboot it. There's a recent one in the last 5 years. There's been a show out.
You remember this one?
Tunes.
What?
Cut It Out.
Oh, Bob Saget?
No, that was Uncle Joey.
That was Uncle Joey. Bob Saget passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I watched some of his stand-up on a plane once.
Very crude.
He is the filthiest comedian you will ever listen to. It was shocking.
Yeah.
It was shocking. Like, that's the same down-home, what would he be? Like this wholesome character on Full
very
House?
wholesome.
And then his stand-up comedy, it's like, how filthy can I be? Oh, just you wait and see. I'm going to hit the next level. But that was part of his shtick, I guess.
I think so. Man, there's a lot of Lars or Larry Works is live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Zoink, Scoob.
Jen says you were the weakest link. Goodbye. VR confirming they do make new Looney Tunes.
What about Joey from Friends? How you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm the only person on the planet who didn't watch Friends.
I was into Friends.
Was
when
it
I
that funny?
Yeah, I get it. Was not always funny. It just was that's such a show. You could do a case study on that show alone.
Really?
Like, how the hell do they afford to live where they live? And what kind of adults would still be roommates?
Oh, yeah, because wouldn't they all be close to 40 by the show ended?
Yeah.
And they're still living together?
And they're all single, and they live across the hallway from each other.
Well, it's convenient.
Dave in Section T, yabba dabba doo.
That's a good one. 780-218-9999 is the afternoon inbox. That's the text line. River Cree Resort and Casino presents it. Home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Would you bring your parents to your workplace? If so, what would they do? Memorable TV catchphrases. You can send those in as well. We have Jermaine Bucknor, Edmonton product, now an assistant coach in the NBA. He's coming up.
Two guys and a goalie.
I think for McDavid, I have to go with Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Wow. Okay.
Marvel character, runs extremely fast, can knock you out, can hit you when you least expect it or hurt you when you least expect it because you don't know he's coming, even though I guess teams know. But yeah, I had to do something speed related. Okay. So I'm going to do Quicksilver.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Elks injury report sees both Devodrick Bynum and Royce Metier out of Friday's contests against the Riders, with Jake Ceresna being available for the game as a full participant at practice this morning. Plus, Cody Fajardo took starting reps. No announcement on who will take the snaps for the Elks just yet. Starter will be announced tomorrow morning. Elsewhere, the Jays and Yankees close out a 3-game series. Yankees winning 5-4 last night. Toronto first in the AL East, 3 games up of New York, who sits second. They get underway shortly. And one game is live right now. It's runless between the Orioles and Guardians in the bottom of the second. And the Riverhawks also play. They're against the Apple Sox. Catch the action on any of EST's audio streams with the first pitch at 7:35. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. He is Jason Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. Lots of CFL talk on the show today. We're going to have Jermaine Bucknor joining us in about a minute or two, Edmontonian, who's been an assistant coach in the NBA and really a long and interesting basketball career. So, pardon me, we'll go through as much of that as we can with him. Really interesting story, really a local success story, which is pretty cool. Elks at Riders on Friday. So we'll have this show until 6. Jay has to work Friday night?
You know it. Quite pleased about that.
You and Awanak on the Green and Gold kickoff show.
Love that show.
And then you're on after the game as well for the Green and Gold postgame show as the Elks try to get a win on the road against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Dusty's doing what? Calgary tomorrow? Montreal at Calgary? A good game.
Great game.
Division teams.
I think Calgary's, without Davis Alexander, Montreal is a totally different team. And Calgary seems to be moving in an opposite direction.
Calgary looks incredible.
Calgary looks like a tough out. You are correct there.
All right, 780-218-9999. Are we getting Jermaine Coop? Are you working on that? Okay, just keep trying. We want to get him on here because I think he's just got in Edmonton for a day or two. So we wanted to talk to him. We'll have the oil understood before we go today. We'll have some fun with that. Kind of riffing off something that Dusty put out there earlier today, which will be fun. And, of course, the words of the day. We'll see. What did I get yesterday? 3 points out of 4? 2.5 out of 4? I did okay.
Yeah, you do very well.
Remember?
You did very well.
We don't really keep... Probably somebody's keeping track of it. Big spreadsheet somewhere.
Barry the Cheater says, did you guys know not once did the children call Joey Uncle Joey on Full House?
I had no idea. I don't think I watched Full House either.
I was a big Full House guy.
Didn't they have a newer version of it?
I think they had a reboot on like Netflix or like one of the streaming networks. I believe.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of popular stuff that I didn't watch. I didn't watch Friends. I maybe saw Full House. Nothing at all, Coop. Try again in a few minutes. We'll try to get him. If not, maybe he'll be able to do tomorrow. I didn't watch Friends. I haven't watched The Sopranos. I should probably watch that. I haven't watched Succession. Have you guys watched Succession?
Nope.
Supposed to be a great show.
What's the greatest series you've ever watched? Television.
Well, The Wire would be up there.
The Wire?
I mean, peak Simpsons would be up there. Peak X-Files would be up there. This is just for me.
Yeah. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul would both be up there.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
For me, it would have to be The Wire would be there. Breaking Bad would be there. Entourage would definitely be there.
Okay. Like for a series that was good front to back.
Yeah.
And just the way it did it and told the story.
Narcos.
And the intelligence of it, I'd have to go with The Wire.
Yeah.
The last season was not as good, but it was still very good. And Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul were both good front to back. There wasn't really a drop off in any of those. X-Files, like kind of seasons 2 through 6 are the peak. Simpsons, probably seasons again around there 2 through 8 or 9. I mean, The Simpsons is still going. That's the crazy thing.
Sopranos.
I should watch The Sopranos. I should still go back and watch The Sopranos.
I mean, The Wire came out in 2002. Its last episode was March 9th, 2008. You could still go watch that right now and be entertained.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Highly entertained.
No, like it's an incredible show. I remember reading about The Wire, and somebody called it a novel on film.
Yeah,
because there are literally dozens of characters
and chapters,
and there's all these little storylines. Yep. And now there are some main, like McNulty's kind of the through line in terms of the main character, played by what's his name, Dominic West. But there are so many different storylines, and there's so much moral ambiguity. There are good guys and bad guys, but it's
a good word.
Yeah, it's not my word, but
to describe this.
But there are it's realistic because there are characters who want to do good. Like they really want to do good. They want a positive outcome, but along the way, well, maybe I got to break this rule, or maybe I'm going to hurt this person to get to achieve what I want. It's just such an intelligent show and interesting storylines because the first one's them trying to catch the drug dealers. The second season is the union. But again, there are other stories, but it centers around the union.
The storyline continues throughout the entire series, but it's different.
There's different surroundings,
right? There's one that's the politics. In the
the
city
mayoral
hall.
race or whatever. Yeah.
I was shocked because that was the first time I'd seen Idris Elba as Stringer Bell.
But
I was shocked to learn that he's British.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, just off the top of my head, the two people that got big after that, because I think Dominic West was somewhat established already. Idris Elba and Michael B. Jordan, who became Creed.
True.
Each season of The Wire focuses on a different facet of the city of Baltimore. In chronological order, they are the illegal drug trade, the seaport system, the city government and bureaucracy, the school system, and the print news media.
Yes.
Right, but there's the illegal drug trade, I would say, is also a pretty big through line. Well, I guess they all have elements of the others in each season.
Just a great show.
Wasn't the guy, the seaport system, the union, wasn't it Frank Sabatka? Frank Sabatka.
That's a great
Who did not meet a happy end. Minor spoiler. Remember No Hands, No Feet?
I don't remember it that detailed.
So that when the bad guy, I don't know if it was the mob or when someone in the union was killed, they dumped their body in the water and cut off their hands and feet so they wouldn't be as easily identified. I believe No Hands, No Feet was if you were getting the No Hands, No Feet treatment, that's what it meant. Yeah, Frank Sabatka.
Jen Cool says Succession is really good.
I feel like that's a show I would like.
What was the other one? Oh, what about the one Billions, I think.
Was that the one with Giamatti?
Yes.
I don't think I didn't watch that.
I got into it early, but it was kind of this, I don't know. I didn't finish it. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, so Battlestar Galactica was good, though I think the last season and a half was not as good. But certainly the first season of Battlestar Galactica is probably some of the best television I've ever seen. Barry the Cheater says The Office. But again, for a series, I think the last 3, maybe even 4 seasons of The Office weren't as good. So if we're talking something that's consistently great from beginning to end, my list would be The Wire and then both Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Now,
There's not
Breaking
really
Bad-
a lull. There's not a lull in either one.
Breaking Bad, there was, the I guess the issue with Breaking Bad is the first 3 or 4 episodes don't really bring you in. That you got to get through those to get to like the meat.
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember
that's one of the
liking it
knocks
right
on
away,
it.
I guess.
I did too.
Maybe in hindsight, you're like, oh, it was, but I don't know. When I watched it, I thought it was good.
The off-topic topic for William Huff was: would you bring your parents to your workplace? What would they do? Gold medal Mark, who's our friend at CJSR.
Oh, nice.
And 70,000 tons of metal. He says, hello, Reid and Jay. Had my dad in at CJSR, and we did a radio show together. Sweetest memories of a lifetime. Big George, RIP, September 2021.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
Appreciate that. 780-218-9999. That is texting the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Sunday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You want to do the limericks?
Yeah.
Let's do them now.
You got Bronco Nick?
I got Bronco Nick right here. Here is today's limerick. He always puts that at the start of his email. Who's it going to be, Fajardo or Forde? Either one will have a short cord. Need a winner for chicken dinner, or we'll be washing clothes on the washboard. Pretty good nonsensical ending. I like that either one will have a short cord. Serious question of that, though. Does Cody Fajardo have a short leash?
No.
I don't think he does.
No.
I think if he's playing the whole game.
Playing. VR Montenegro, who will start? Cody or Trey is the debate. Give old Fajardo a shot. Forde has not been great. Regardless of who's in, deliver us a win. Because for the season wager, I need at least 8.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That was your... Was that a play of the day?
I thought mine was 9.
That might have even been... No, that was an early play of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they win 9 games.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got to do... they got to really...
Well, I guess
they got to get
8
going.
more. Yeah,
They got to
that's
get going.
fair.
Yeah. Maybe try that number one more time, Coop. See if we can still get Jermaine on. We'd love to get him. If not, we'll probably have to reschedule him. But I was all excited that he was texting with me and ready to come on, but something could have come up for him. So, yeah, I don't think that... I mean, I know one of the things that I'd heard this week was, well, give Forde the start and change it at halftime if it's not going well. But then my thing would be, well, if that's the type of confidence you have in him right now as the coaching staff, why start him at all?
That's right.
Because this isn't the proven starter having a bad game, so you sub the other guy in. This is a player who's continually had some struggles. So to me, you give Fajardo this game and see what he can do. And if it makes a noticeable difference, well, then it's an easy decision next week when Hamilton's here next Saturday, August 2nd, right?
Yeah.
But I get the concern from people we've had right again. Well, what if we don't have a quarterback at all? Or what if whoever starts seems to play worse than the guy who comes off the bench? Now, Fajardo has not come off the bench and lit it up. Like Forde had that game last year against Hamilton when he came off the bench and lit it up. But the game was so out of reach when he came in.
Mm-hmm.
It was also like, well, okay. I just hope Fajardo comes in, reads the defense, makes the throws, puts the ball where. Well, I'm describing good quarterback play. I'm describing good consistent quarterback play.
Yes.
Read the defense, fire the ball, get it in there quickly, give your receiver a chance to catch it, and go line up again.
I'll tell you this about what I saw today at practice. Is Cody Fajardo throwing the ball is different than Trey Forde throwing the ball?
How so?
There's no question.
Okay.
The mechanics, the delivery, and the velocity are much higher with Cody Fajardo.
Okay.
And there's no question, Reid. This is not just saying, oh, well, it's close. No. The there was a difference in the velocity of the football today. No question. Look, it looks like this is going to be the change. I just hope they can win. That's all this team, this organization needs. If you can go to Saskatchewan right now and come out of there 2-4, that is huge. Because the next week, as you alluded to, they have Hamilton,
who might be. Well, we'll learn a little bit about Hamilton this week, right?
We will, absolutely. But then they go to Montreal, and Davis Alexander's on the 6th game.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's a winnable game.
But it has to start somewhere, and it
does.
It has to pretty much start this weekend.
And I understand Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's a tough out, but they play well there. They have traditionally played well, at least in the regular season in Saskatchewan.
Well, Forde has a couple of really nice games there, but I don't think Killam can base his. I don't think Killam can base his decision about playing Forde on games that happened in the last 2 years.
No.
I mean, I think he's got to go with which quarterback is playing well right now. And maybe that's not going to be Fajardo, because really, again, he hasn't played a lot under any sort of circumstance. I mean, at the time when he went into it against BC, it was over. He did lead a long drive. He did make a touchdown toss. It was whatever time.
Yeah.
So this is more about having an experienced backup and probably giving him a chance to go in there and play. The Elks would not name the starting quarterback today. Fajardo commented after practice.
Official, because like you said, I haven't got a rep with them. The only time I get reps with them is usually in game action, and so things move a little bit faster in game. So it's nice to get some practices in to be able to just talk through some things, and Trey and Art just see things differently. So there's some things Trey might say that I might say a different way, just the way our arms are and the way we see the field. So it's any rep is beneficial, and that's Killam just kind of came to us and said, "Hey, Cody's gonna get more reps today because I haven't got more reps with the ones." So it was nice to be out there with the guys, and it was a little bit easier to get into a rhythm of things, like feel more game-like, as opposed to sometimes you split reps. It's hard to be in a rhythm. It's hard on both guys just to be in a rhythm. So it felt like a true practice for me and brought me back to my starting days the last couple of years. So it was fun to be out there.
Okay, so he basically led the offense today.
Yes.
Which leads us to believe, despite the fact they won't announce it, that he is going to be the starter. And as he said, it felt like he was the starter today. And that's how you want him to feel.
Yep.
Now, do you think if he had... try our guess one more time, Coop. Do you think if let me put it this way. Do you think Killam was evaluating them, or that he already knew it was going to be Fajardo, even if Forde had a good week at practice?
Oh, I don't know that. I honestly can't say one way or the other.
Okay. I guess that's a pretty big what if.
If there was an open quarterback competition,
right?
Well, then I guess your answer was answered today, that Cody Fajardo was the guy that they said would carry the mail.
So tomorrow they fly. We should get the depth chart tomorrow, but we expect Fajardo to be the starter. Okay, I think we'll push this break back, because we're going to get Jermaine Bucknor on the show. This is great. Edmontonian, Ross Shep grad, who is now the assistant coach with the Charlotte Hornets in the National Basketball Association. We got him? Okay, perfect. Jermaine, it's Reid Wilkins. My co-host Jason Milne is here as well. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, Reid, Jason. How you guys doing?
We're doing very well. Thanks for doing this. I just reached out to you yesterday, and perfect timing. I think I interviewed you when I was at 630 Ched and you were playing in Europe, or maybe some other circumstance, but either way, it's good to catch up with you. What's the summer like for you? I mean, I guess it's probably been a while since you've been a full-time Edmontonian, but how often are you able to get to the old stomping grounds?
Yeah, not often, to be honest. It's a pretty busy summer, but the opportunity kind of presented itself post summer league, and I was already somewhat on the west, so it was a little bit easier of a trip to get up home for a couple of days, as opposed to flying from the East Coast. So fortunately, I was able to make it home.
Okay, well, thanks for making some time for us, because you're a great story. But let's go back, because I was talking earlier. You were a Richmond Spider, obviously in the NCAA. and played pro in Europe and had a lot of cool experiences there. What about the transition to coaching? Was it an obvious one for you, or when did you think that might be a realistic career choice after you played?
I've always been interested in the player development side of things and the X's and O's of the game. So I wouldn't say it was an obvious decision for me, but like my love for the game and my passion for player development kind of led me down that path. I would say nearing the end of my career, my last 4 years playing, it was really something that I considered seriously. And I was very blessed to have some incredible coaches over the course of my career who kind of encouraged me down that path as well.
All right. So then the question is, how do you wind up with the Boston Celtics for the 23-24 season? Do you got to know somebody, right place, right time? Tell us about getting to the NBA.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a combination of that. I definitely I had a great connection. One of my best friends is an assistant coach with the Celtics, and him and our basketball journeys have kind of aligned over the last 15. We've kind of grown in the game together. We've been teammates. We've been competitors. We played against each other. We played with each other. So he was head coach in Summer League a couple summers ago, and had called me and asked me to be one of his assistants at Summer League. And when I did that, I had flown out to Boston. Pretty much, it was 2 weeks leading up to Las Vegas Summer League, and while I was out there, pretty much went through a job interview with head coach Joe Mazzulla and the rest of the organization, and they ended up really liking me and kind of taking to some of the things that I did and some of my ideas, and it ended up translating to a coaching job with the Boston Celtics.
So I'm curious, and look, as you know, Jermaine, there's a lot of hockey talk in this market. So I think of, the Oilers announced their coaching staff about a week ago, and it's kind of like, hey, there's the head coach, this guy's the power play, this guy's the PK. Does an NBA staff get broken down like that? And if so, what were some of your responsibilities, not just with the Celtics, but now with Charlotte as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a coaching staff that kind of gets broken down into different compartments, and there's a lot of different responsibilities. So the Celtics, I did a lot of player development. I did a lot of video coordinating. I did a lot of inspiration from the defense side. I learned a ton in that role. And once we won the NBA championship, our lead assistant at the time, so he was the number one assistant under Joe Mazzulla, he got the coaching job in Charlotte, and he brought me along with him and assigned me as a defensive coordinator. So this past season, I worked primarily on the defensive side of the ball, also in player development, obviously, because each of us are assigned our own players. And that was pretty much my role this last season. With Summer League this summer, I was heading the defensive team in Las Vegas, which was
Oh, did we lose him? Jermaine, we might have lost you if you can hear me. Phone crashed. Okay. Our phone or his phone? Our phone. Okay, well, let's try. We'll not sure if we don't know if we're going to be able to reconnect now. All right. Well, that was really interesting. Hopefully we get him back.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him about the Summer League because the Charlotte Hornets won Summer League.
Yeah.
And Con Kneepel was their 4th overall draft pick out of Duke, was named the MVP of the championship game. So I wanted to dive into that, see what it's like playing with, is that somebody that's going to ultimately rise and lead this Sacramento or this Charlotte team, for the coming years.
Yeah, we'll see if we get him back because we want to continue that interview. I mean, that's a great story. I mean, playing at Ross Shep, you're playing in Europe, and you're coaching in the NBA. That's quite a journey over the last 23 years for Jermaine Bucknor.
Unbelievable.
I remember at his, I think Jamal is his brother.
Yeah.
That he was doing playing Golden Bears when I was doing some play-by-play.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's big basketball family. Okay, we got him back. Okay, we got him back. Okay, we got Jermaine back. Jermaine, it's like the basketball gods don't want you and I to talk. My goodness. Okay, we got you back. So we'll just pick it up from there. We got a few more for you. We won't keep you too long. I'm curious. So you're working with NBA players, but you're also working with you know the younger players who are developing. What's the biggest step that a player needs to make from being almost an NBA player to a full-time NBA player? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, coaching summer league over the course of the summer, you get, you really see the difference between, you know, a rotation NBA player and a guy that is like just trying to crack the league or is already in the league and is trying to become a rotation player. I would say shooting the basketball is number one. If you can't shoot, it's very, very hard to play in the NBA. Because these guys shoot the ball incredibly well, and the emphasis on the 3-point shot now is so high in the NBA that if you can't shoot and another team sees you as a liability and doesn't really have to guard you from the perimeter, it really shrinks the floor and it makes it hard for your team to perform. So I would say shooting the basketball, and then if you have a niche, like if you have something that you do extremely well, it doesn't matter what that is, whether it be rebounding, whether it be defending, whether it be shooting the ball, and that's something that you do better than, you know, 80% of the rest of the league, you can land yourself a job in the NBA.
Jermaine Bucknor joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Tell me about Summer League. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets beat Sacramento in the final, and I want to talk in particular, and just what you were talking about with Reid, is how are you an almost NBA player to a full-time NBA player, and your 4th overall pick this year was Con Kneepel, who was the championship game MVP. What does he have that says that he can play in the NBA on a regular basis?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, Con can shoot the lights out. So he has that going for him. He has an incredible level of confidence in himself. He's 6'7". He has the ability to guard multiple positions, and then he's extremely intelligent as a basketball player. So, you know, he really impressed me over the course of the last few weeks and working with him, with his ability to like read the game at a pace, like an NBA pace, at such a young age, because it's not an easy thing. The transition from college to the NBA, to step on the court, communicate with his teammates, read different coverages, and find coverage solutions was really high IQ.
Well, and I just want to, you know, note here that as a coach, you've been on 2 staffs, the Celtics and the Hornets, and you've got rings from both of those teams. So is your stock rising, Jermaine?
I mean, again, like I said, very blessed, fortunate to work with some incredible coaches, incredible coaching staffs in a whole, some really intelligent people and some really hard workers. So it's been an incredible journey the last 3 years. And yeah, first of all, like winning the national championship was an incredible thing that I'm very thankful for. And then obviously this summer league journey was so unexpected from a lot of people. We have a lot of confidence in ourselves as a coaching staff and our team and our players. I know a lot of people from the outside didn't expect us to perform the way that we did. But again, just like very thankful to be able to work with the men that I work with, for an organization that cares about, that values winning and values having important, hardworking people and air around you all the time. So it's been a good journey so far.
Jermaine, one more for you. Again, thanks for, I know you're probably trying to visit some family and friends while you're here, so thanks for doing this. I just want to close here. Like, Jay and I love local success stories, and you're probably modest, but you are one. Like Edmonton, Ross Shep, now you're on NBA staffs. Basketball has taken you so many places, but can you tell us about just still feeling like, if you do, feeling like you have those Edmonton roots, what this city means to you, and maybe what you tell a colleague, like when you're having a pint or something and they ask you where you grew up?
Yeah, no, it's always awesome, like being anywhere I've been in the world, and, you know, saying you're from Edmonton. A lot of people are like, Edmonton, like, where is that? You know, you show them on a map, or you mention the Oilers, you know what I mean? Or the cold. Like, there's just things that, like, some people do know about Edmonton, but like my heart, you know what I mean? Like my basketball journey is started in Edmonton. And again, around some incredible people. And I'm forever thankful for those people that engaged with me at a young age, that spent time with me, that invested in me. I will always be thankful for that. And anytime I come home, I definitely try to give back to the community. I was at Ross Shep today, actually, visiting Anthony Parker and his class, his summer school class that he's teaching. I got in the gym with the guys for a very short period of time, but it was just fun to get back there and speak to the kids and kind of try to give back where I can, even though I'm not home often. I'm hardly home, but always repping. And Edmonton is a place that'll always be in my heart. I was fortunate enough to go to Game 4 in Florida, the Stanley Cup final, and there was a ton of people from Edmonton, and it was just so cool to see like people fly from such a far way, like all the way from the northwest to the southeast, to represent the city. And it was pretty cool to see all those people there and to be able to interact with them.
Jermaine, it was great to reconnect with you. Thanks for making time for us. You're a great story, and your story's still being written. We look forward to all the great things that you're still going to do as a coach. Maybe we can find a way to connect during the season if you guys have a 3 or 4 day break or something. That would be a lot of fun. But all the best. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you guys. It's always a pleasure, and we'll definitely find a time. Just reach out to me, and we'll connect.
Right on. That is Jermaine Bucknor checking in. We got him for a few minutes. That was awesome. That was awesome. And I mean, you can go on his Wikipedia page and see where he played a lot in Europe. And this is what a lot happened for a lot of North Americans. You go to Europe, basketball, hockey, or whatever, and a lot of times you change teams every couple of years. He did. And I believe, I would have asked him about this if we had more time. Like a lot of times they sign a contract for the next season with another team while they're still playing. Right. That's legal.
Well, if you look at his Wikipedia, I mean, he's played.
Yeah, for like Frankfurt, places in France, and then he coached in France, and then he gets on the Celtics staff, wins the NBA title, gets on the Hornets staff, and as you were saying, helps them win the Summer League. But I loved his insight about, when we both kind of asked a question about it, what separates an NBA player from a guy who's not quite in the NBA? Well, everybody in the NBA, you have to shoot, right? And then you have to have another dimension, right? Yeah. And we talk about that a lot with hockey. If you score, you're gonna be on a team.
Yeah.
And then if you don't score, or if you can score plus do something else, win a lot of faceoffs, kill penalties, body check, block, whatever. Like you got to be excellent at something else. So sort of some comparisons there. Most sports have room for people who can score points. Right? That's pretty much standard.
Absolutely. Yes.
I know football has defensive player, but I mean, I liked what he said. If you can't shoot to at least some degree, you will not be in the NBA because teams will not guard you.
That's right.
They just flat out will not guard you. They'll double team your best shooter.
That's just an incredible story, of having somebody from Ross Shep.
Yeah.
That won a championship on the coaching staff with the Celtics.
Yeah.
Now won a Summer League championship with the Hornets. Gets to coach one of the young rising stars in the NBA in Con Kneepel. That's just incredible.
Well, and we like doing these stories because, look, of course, hockey is the number one sport, so we do talk a lot of hockey, and the Oilers are the number one team, but we like to kind of give people a nudge. Like, hey, Edmonton's got, everyone knows about Chuba, but Buckner's incredible.
Yeah.
And they got to go to Game 4 where the Oilers came from behind. The last game they won, unfortunately.
Fun fact, too. My wife played Team Alberta basketball with him.
Oh, really?
He was on the boys' team. She was on the girls' team at the same time. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very neat.
Well, he was great. We'll keep in touch with him, and it'd be cool to get him on mid-season, maybe if they got a break or he's on a road trip and has a day off or something like that. Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Here comes the Coop.
Bottom of the second, Jays and Yankees go at it. New York leading 1-0 with 0 outs for Toronto. Bo Bichette at bat, and the bases are empty. 2 other games are live. Guardians down 1-0 to the Orioles in the top of the fourth, while the Phillies hold a 3-0 lead over the Red Sox in the second. Meanwhile, the Riverhawks are on the road in Wenatchee playing Game 2 against the Apple Sox. Tune into the action on any of EST's audio streams. Coverage starts at 7:35. An Elks injury report. Devondrick Bynum out for Friday's game against the Riders with a chest injury. He didn't practice this morning, while Royce Metier was also ruled out with an ankle injury, while Jake Serezna was a full participant available for the game. Head coach Mark Killam adding that the team has yet to pick a starter. That will be announced tomorrow morning. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief intermission. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The oil stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Tonight on Will It Store? 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Have you signed up for the Edmonton Sports Talk Labor Day bus presented by Canadian Club? Go to edmontonsportstalk.com and click Labor Day bus. Enter the promo code EST Labor Day, and you'll get the reduced price of $125 plus just a ticket to the Labor Day Classic in Calgary on Monday, September 1st. Transport to and fro Calgary on a coach bus. Depart from Commonwealth Stadium. You'll get 2 Canadian Club beverages on the way to the game, as well as a post-game pizza meal on the way back. I know I'll be on one of the buses. Maddie will be there. Hernan. Coob, you're going?
Coob's going?
I couldn't pass it up.
Attaboy.
I haven't been to Calgary in like 10 years.
That's good. We're going to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
So EdmontonSportsTalk.com and click on Labor Day bus to get the reduced price of $125 plus just.
Are you kidding me? That's pretty good. By the way, we are in the banquet studio. Here we go. Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails to taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days.
Do it.
The Banquet. Get real. Play hard. Visit the Banquet booth at Taste of Edmonton, Canadian Brew House as well. They got the, one of them has the mushroom caps, another one has the gyoza, both delicious. A lot of great stuff at Taste of Edmonton. Goes until Sunday. I will be visiting again. Won't be visiting Friday night, though, because I'm listening to you in Awanak, then I'm watching the game, then I'm listening to you after the game. Maybe I'll call in.
Maybe you should come watch the game with us.
Yeah, Wilkie from Quintowin calling in. Okay, guys, I am so sick of everything. They got to fire Killam right now. That's a disgrace. I'm embarrassed to be an Edmontonian.
You could text in.
Now that I do a show that doesn't take phone calls, I feel more and more like taking phone calls is just a bad idea.
Yes, especially in a post game.
And that's not directed at anybody in particular, but it's just the people who call are often the last people who should call. Because then I'd meet like a logical person, and I'd be like, "Why don't you call in?" "Oh, no, I don't want to call in." Like, well, no, I'd like you to call in. The Oil Understood is presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. Someday I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that at the end of the show. And then start the next day's show by saying, understood.
Just don't tell anybody.
Well, now people will know it might happen. But yeah, well, I'd have to tell you, wouldn't I? Well, no, you'd know. If I was doing that read at 5:50, 4:50, you'd be like, oh, old Wilkie's doing it. He's doing it. So what we're going to do here is just something relatively quick. What's that guy's name? Dustin Nielsen?
Yes.
So he's on the Oil Stream, and him and Hernan today, he and Hernan were doing the most criticized Oilers of all time. And they were doing it, I think they're going to set up a bracket. Is that what you got, Coop? They're going to set up a bracket, 4 forwards, 4 defensemen, 4 goaltenders, and 4 coaches / managers.
And they might even have a play-in bracket, boys.
For defense, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was writing down, all right, so now Jay's experience is different. So I've been a talk show host, sports talk show host, 12 seasons, basically, if you go by Oilers hockey. And the 2 seasons before that, I worked on Stoff Show. So that's really 14 seasons for me, kind of being immersed in it. And then as just a person in Edmonton, an area who likes sports, you hear all of it as well. So this was your, first year. Okay, so just from this past season, Jay, your first season as a talk show host.
Yes.
3 most criticized Oilers.
Evan Bouchard.
Okay.
Stuart Skinner.
Okay.
Jeff Skinner.
Okay. Now, from your previous 40 years or so
of life,
of living in the Edmonton area and being a sports fan and following the Oilers, and listening to shows like this, who are 3 or 4 players, regardless of position, that you can remember really being ripped on by fans and or media?
Yakupov.
Okay.
Dubnyk.
Okay.
Puljujärvi.
Right. Okay.
I want to throw Taylor Hall on there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You're not going back to the 90s as much because you still...
Well, it was a different time.
And the team wasn't as good, so it was kind of like, well, it's not one guy holding them back, you know?
Yes.
And they did have a couple of plucky...
I'm just trying to think of some stinker defensemen that they had.
But I think the guys that get picked on are the guys who it's that they're below potential.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like, that's why even the people last year who would pick on Janmark, I'd be like, well, what do you
expect?
So he's going to get 2 goals instead of 6? Yeah. Like, sorry. Like,
wasn't Hemsky fairly criticized?
Yes, he was. Yeah, that was, well, he was still there early in my tenure. But I seem to remember a lot of it. I remember a lot of the discussion about Hemsky was There were like two sides. Well, he turns the puck over a lot. Well, he has the puck more than anybody else. Look at all the plays that he does make. It's almost a little Bouchardy, perhaps.
I mean, you could put any goalie in the last 20 years on that list.
Well, a few of them, yeah.
Like Jack Campbell.
I put Campbell on my list. I put Stuart Skinner, Koskinen, Dubnyk, and Campbell.
Koskinen, yeah. Jack Campbell, yeah.
Though he wasn't here very long. Like sometimes I was looking at some names and it's like, well, that player was here. Though I did list Patrick O'Sullivan as a possibility, though he wasn't here very long, but there was always that sense that he should be giving a little more. I don't know if all his struggles with his dad and stuff was public yet at that time. I wonder if that would have been different because he was abused by his dad.
Yeah.
Right. So for forwards, I listed, and this was just off the top of my head this afternoon, O'Sullivan, Hemsky, Hall, Puljujarvi, Horkoff, and Arnott. Because I think there was the sense with Arnott, well, you're good, but we need you to be better.
Yeah.
You got 60 points. Why didn't you get 70? You got 70. Why didn't you get 80? You know?
Horkoff, eh?
And again, that's sort of the Nurse situation. He didn't. Why wouldn't he sign that contract?
Yeah.
Defense, I put Coffey, Schultz, Nurse, Bouchard, and Pody.
Paul Coffey?
I remember Coffey. I remember from when I would listen to John Short and other sports talk in the early to mid 80s, there was a little bit of the Bouchard with him. So, well, yeah, he gets points, but he's like another forward. Why don't they just put him at forward? He doesn't check. He's not back. He's out of position. He gave the puck away. Coaches and management, I put Aikens, Tambellini, Lowe, and Chiarelli. I mean, in the first decade or so of the Oilers' existence, it'd be pretty hard to criticize Sather or Muckler.
True.
Oh, what have you done? Oh, we won 5 cups, and almost every trade we made worked out vastly in our favor. And then, like you said, in the 90s, they dropped off, and then they didn't have as much money as other teams. But I did not Hernan bring up? Would you not include Pocklington in that? I mean, he got pretty criticized for selling Wayne Gretzky and then trying to move the team.
You'd have to.
So you'd include him, Pocklington, on that list.
Yeah. Steve Smith?
For one play, but then he was a pretty good player.
For the goal?
Yeah, I don't think anybody then after that said he was crappy. Like he kind of lived up to his potential as a player. I think it's usually guys who don't live up to their potential or for some reason the fan base divides on them. Puljujarvi was sort of like that. No, he's going to turn out to be a good player. No, and other people are like, no, he can't do it.
That's interesting. So they're going to make a bracket?
I think they're going to make a bracket.
So the 4 categories, the
forward,
4
D,
regions,
goalie, and then coach / manager / owner, I think they should put.
Well, what about Dallas Aikens?
Pocklington, yeah, I had Aikens there.
Okay.
I had Aikens, Tambellini, Lowe, and Chiarelli.
And Tambellini's got to be up there.
Yes. And Lowe got blamed for a lot, even when he wasn't really doing any hockey op stuff.
Yes, he
quite
did.
frankly. And Chiarelli's interesting. I don't know, whenever I say this, people get mad. Chiarelli's first year and a half as GM was actually pretty good. The last 2 were pretty bad. I mean, you got to give him credit. He traded for Patrick Maroon. Maroon scores 27 goals the next season. He traded for Talbot. Talbot had one of the best seasons ever by a goalie. Even the initial season of the Larson for Hall trade, halfway through that season, it's like, actually, the Oilers won this trade.
Yeah.
And then, obviously the Eberle trade and Strome for Spooner and all that kind of stuff. And even he brought Koskinen over and gave him the longer deal. So all that.
Marco says, how have you guys not mentioned Nurse? Longest scapegoat in Oilers history.
I did.
You did. I wouldn't, because I think that has so much to do with the contract that he was offered by management.
But I think the list is not whether or not they were reasonably criticized. It's just that they were criticized.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Schultz, it's not Schultz's fault. Mac T said he's got Norris Trophy potential. It's not Schultz's fault that he was asked to do way too much, way too early in his career. But nonetheless, he got criticized as a result for not being able to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like Darnell Nurse is lumped into that category as well. Does everybody have a say on this, or is it just going to be vote online?
I think they'll put something together. I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
I think they'd be foolish not to have you as a
suggestor?
Yeah, but what's the name of that when you're
on the panel?
Yeah.
Or
a
sometimes
contributor.
like it'll be, this is a bad example, but it's like, vote for Super Bowl MVP. And that'll be 20% of the vote, and then 4 other media or NFL experts do the other 4 votes.
There
so
you
the
go.
fans aren't really picking the MVP.
Right.
They have 1 vote out of 5 as a whole. Anyway, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That, of course, is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. One final break, and then we'll do words of the day quickly.
The river match between the Jays and Yankees is underway. Bottom of the third, New York up 1-0 with 2 outs for Toronto. Andres Jimenez at bat with the bases empty. And for the Riverhawks, they look to bounce back against the Apple Sox. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams with first pitch at 7:35. For the Elks, Cody Fajardo took first-team reps at practice this morning. The team has yet to announce a starter. That'll be announced tomorrow morning. And the injury report came out. Jake Serezna looks to be making a return to the lineup available for Friday's game against the Riders, while Royce Metier and Devodrick Bynum have been ruled out of the game. Bynum with a chest injury, missing practice, while Metier sat out with an ankle injury. In soccer, Tajon Buchanan could be nearing a permanent transfer from Inter Milan to Villarreal, according to TSN. The Reid Wilkins Show wraps up on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
From the
EST Afternoons.
Barney Shinkarik from the Sports Cage. Is there a preference on who Riderville wants to see behind center for the green and gold?
People are more questioning why the Elks haven't said who's starting. Personally, for me, I'd like to see Cody coming back, let him play. I think he'll get a great welcome from Rider Nation. What I want to see is Cody. What I think is they're going to play Trey.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click?
All right, we got to go quick here. We got like 2 minutes left in the show. Words of the day. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
No, don't play the intro. Just go.
First word of the day. Logie.
Logey.
Logy. Logie.
And I believe this is sort of to feel like lazy and full.
1 out of 2.
That's pretty much the meaning? Okay.
Pretty much. Second word of the day, piquancy.
Piquancy?
Piquancy.
Oh, I'm gonna put a Q in it again. No,
do it.
What?
Do it.
Piquancey.
Oh, you're so close.
What is it?
Piquancy.
Oh,
No
crap.
E.
I will say this is like feeling flustered.
Interest and excitement, especially because of being mysterious.
Oh, so it's like having your interest piqued.
Somewhat.
All right. Well, 1 out of 4.
Nah.
Not bad.
Pretty terrible.
No, well, that's actually pretty crappy.
That's pretty awful.
All right, tomorrow we got our Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. More on the Elks and the Riders. Who knows what other fun we'll have. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and the glue guy, Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Thanks for checking out the show. See ya.